Okay.
It's been a blockbuster day in the NBA so far. Will the Mavericks join the party as free agency starts in a matter of moments? We'll talk about it next on the DLLS Mavs Free Agency Frenzy Special. What's up? It's the DLLS Mavs Free Agency Frenzy Special presented by FanDuel Predicts. Kevin Gray alongside our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr., our DLLS Mavs analyst, Bobby Krella. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, come your favorite team, especially when free agency starts in 14 minutes. Will the Dallas Mavericks join the party in what has already been a blockbuster afternoon in the association? Big trades already happening. What more will we see? Legends leaving Tinseltown, all kinds of stuff happening prior to free agency. What will the Mavs do? We'll find out here in a matter of moments. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us here on DLLS Sports. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe while you're here as well. Tell your friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to come in here, hang out right now, as we will be live with you for at least the next hour here on DLLS Sports on this terrific Tuesday afternoon. Ron Harrod Jr., what's going on?
And ready to talk about some free agency stuff, hopefully for the Dallas Mavericks, and we'll talk about some other teams and what they have to do with the Mavericks as well.
Bobby Krella, what's going on?
I have exciting news, guys.
Oh.
Today I used my late morning off because we weren't doing a show. Went down the road to the Dallas tax office.
Oh, wow.
And I finally got a new registration sticker. My last one expired in February of 2022. But I'm back. Whoa. I'm legal. I'm ready to rock and roll. I do not recommend anyone do that, okay? I'm just a little forgetful, a little lazy. Dangerous combination.
Yes.
But I am ready to take the streets like a real mad lad. I'm going to be cruising around doing donuts.
I'd be actually shocked to see Bobby behind a wheel at this point.
Well, my question is,
I've never seen Bobby.
How did you ride dirty for 5 years and get away with that?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I don't really drive that much. And I would say probably 99% of the driving I do is either in the city of Dallas, which, let's be honest, you're not getting pulled over for registration in Dallas, or highway driving, which you're going way too fast for people to see the little sticker.
Yep.
So there we go.
You got away with it.
I did. Well, I got away with it. That's what I can say.
You got away with it.
But I'm back.
Well, good to have you back.
Thank
legally. Tanner, what's going on? How you doing?
Doing good. I have a mouthful of pizza left over from yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
Congrats.
Talk to you later.
That's awesome.
yeah, ready to see what happens. Ready for some news.
Free agency opens in 12 minutes, boys and girls, but we have seen blockbuster trade after blockbuster trade go down in the association, and today was no different. We'll get to LeBron a little bit later on in the show, but Kawhi Leonard is headed back to the Six, Drake, as Toronto has reacquired Kawhi Leonard in exchange for Grady Dick, Brandon Ingram, some first-round picks, some draft swaps, while Toronto receives their finals MVP from 2019 back, as he will form a formidable duo in the Eastern Conference with rising star Scotty Barnes. So we heard that the Mavericks had interest in Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, though, did not want to sign, was not going to sign an extension, apparently, in Los Angeles with the Clippers. Ron finds himself back in Toronto after 7 seasons with the Los Angeles Clippers.
Well, one, I didn't see any Mavs fans upset about this news. Like, I didn't see one person on the time like, man, dang it, he almost was a Maverick. Like, no one seemed to care. So, like, okay, well, I don't have to like be nice about it. So it's like, okay, cool. Well, Kawhi's not coming to Dallas, but I think if you're like a Mavericks fan, you'd also be happy that the Spurs were like, we don't like that guy. We're not going to trade for him. The Spurs could have traded for Kawhi and everybody. They basically just somebody that was in San Antonio. The fans hate him more than literally any players ever played there, which somewhat says a lot. And it's just a bad the way Kawhi left that city. It was just all nasty. But reportedly, he was comfortable going back to San Antonio. And was willing to sign an extension there. And that would have just been literally World War III. So for the Western Conference, for the Mavericks fans, I'm kind of glad Kawhi didn't go there because that would have just been a crap show.
Yeah, I mean, like we said last night, I don't really think that it would have made a lot of sense for the Mavs to try and get Kawhi, and so I just kind of left him out of my mind. I guess it's good that a good player went to the East. But yeah, I mean, that leaves now, unless you're a Mavs fan that really wants the Mavs to get LeBron, there aren't many guys on the other side of 30 that are available at this point that are super of note. And so I think that, everyone can kind of really calibrate and focus in on guys that are a little younger, guys that could be there for the mid-level. And then, tracking now that Kawhi is going to Toronto, not that LeBron was going to go to Toronto, but now that he's leaving the Lakers, okay, what if he wants to go to Cleveland? Well, they got Max Strus, they got Dennis Schröder. They would need to get rid of at least one of them. The Mavs have a trade exception that one of those guys could fit into. Or if Detroit is going to do a sign and trade, involving Jalen Duren, if they need to send out a little more money or shed a little money in order to keep Duren, well, maybe you get in on Marcus Sasser, which Marc Stein reported earlier today. So the Mavs, I think, need to look to be opportunistic in the wake of bigger moves involving bigger names made by other teams that are maybe trying to be a little closer to contention, and then they can pick up the scraps. So I don't know if the first 15, 20 minutes of free agency are going to be too busy for the Mavs. That could be famous last words, but I bet it'll be all right, something happens. How are they going to pull it off? Oh, they need a third team? All right, here we go.
Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
And as Bobby mentioned, the Mavericks have emerged as a leading suitor to acquire Detroit's Marcus Sasser, according to our very own Marc Stein. That news being reported about 6 hours ago as the Mavericks get ready to open up free agency for themselves beginning here in 8 minutes. Last year, Marcus Sasser for the Detroit Pistons was limited to just 38 games due to lingering hip issues that he had. Missed the first 23 games last year with a hip injury. Did shoot 41% from the three-point line on just about 3 attempts per game. And Bobby is someone who is the analyst on this program. Sasser went to Houston, former Kelvin Sampson Houston Cougar, could provide a little defensive juice, has a credible three-point shot, but at the same time, this could be looked at for some who are looking at this team as they try to improve around the margins, that this could be a potential Brandon Williams type replacement. How does Marcus Sasser potentially fit on a Dallas Mavericks squad, given what his skill set is?
I mean, comparing him to B-Will, he's definitely a better shooter, a more active defender. They're roughly the same size. One is maybe an inch taller than the other.
Yeah, roughly
B-Will
same
might
size.
be a little more filled out than Sasser, but they're basically the same size. I think the interesting thing about that deal for me would be if you're lending a helping hand to the Pistons, who need to shed a little bit of money in order to do something. Clearly, otherwise, why would they be? Or they're just dumping him, because they just drafted. They got a Corey, but then they also got somebody else, right?
Well, they have Dennis Jenkins on that team. They
Yeah,
have
Dennis
KG.
Jenkins emerged.
They have a lot of point guards already.
They got a Corey, but he was the only guard they drafted, or did they get another? Okay. No need for Sasser, who's going into last year of his deal at $5.2 million. That's way more than a Corey's going to make, and so let's get off him. So if you're doing them a solid, then you can get a pick or some picks. Maybe a 2 or 2 twos. Think back to a couple years ago, whenever the Mavs essentially salary dumped Tim Hardaway Jr. to the Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
They got Quentin Grimes out of that deal, so the Mavs got something back, but they also sent, I think 2 twos or 3 twos?
There's multiple twos.
Yeah, to the Pistons to basically take on $12 million. Well, the Mavs would be taking back $5 million now, so think, okay, if 3 twos gets you $12 million, then maybe 1 or 2 twos gets you $5 million?
Yeah.
So maybe the Mavs can squeeze some picks out of that they can then either use down the line or trade out now or at some point in the future. So I don't even know if it's we'll see what happens if the trade actually happens, but I don't know if it's totally right to look at is this Sasser versus Brandon Williams, or
No, it's
is
not
this
Sasser
is
versus
this Brandon Williams versus Marcus Sasser and 1 or 2 second-round picks? And like that's an easy choice for me. Plus he's from Dallas. I think it's cool when guys play in their hometown.
Ron, this is a player who would fit very comfortably into the $5.5 million biannual exception that the Mavericks do have available to them. Marcus Sasser going to make about $5.2 million this upcoming season. The Mavericks do have available to them the non-tax mid-level exception at $15 million, that biannual exception at $5.5 million, veteran minimum. They also have a $20.8 million trade exception and a $2.8 million trade exception as well. Would you be in favor of a Marcus Sasser joining the Dallas Mavericks on a deal?
Sasser was described to me as an innings eater for like a regular season context. Like he didn't really play with the Pistons in the postseason. We don't think the Mavs are going to make the postseason anyway, but if somehow the Mavs get to the postseason next season, which is possible, I guess, then I don't think he'll be on the floor much, but either would be Will, or either probably is a Ryan Nembhard. Like if they're playing, you're not going to win those games likely. So, I mean, for the context of where the Mavericks are today in next season, which again, I think is a team that will play in realm, I think he actually could be a solid player because I think he can do some stuff in a regular season context, which is good. Like every single move that I talk about the Mavs making is in a regular season only context. Like, I think this team is like a little bit away from like really being able to win a playoff series. So the goal now is how do we put players on this team that can do things in a regular season to help Cooper Flagg, Kyrie Irving, and Morez Johnson Jr. Like how do we help them not have to take these tough shots and Coop not have to play point guard, and Coop can just be the small forward and hopefully power forward in some lineups. Like you want to just make sure you can slot players. Again, one of the best things I've learned about young players is that you need veteran players on those teams, like help them succeed. You assume they'll take away shots, but that's not really what happens a lot of the time. Again, I always bring up the Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks thing to the Houston Rockets were like, no one was really, a lot of teams weren't really fighting for those players. Like, oh, Houston got Fred and Dylan, like who cares? And they ended up being a really big thing for that team and kind of helping some of the young players get better.
Let's take our first break here on the DLLS Mavs Free Agency Frenzy Special. When we come back, free agency in the NBA will be open. What pieces of business will the Mavericks conduct on what has already been a busy day in the association? All that and more coming up next.
It's NBA free agency today, everybody. And if you want to be like your boy and Bobby Corella, maybe just a little spirit, Geno's Liquor, of course, will accompany you, everybody. So Geno's Liquor, they brought us these bottles. So we have the Pink Whitney, which you can see people clearly enjoying this office because it's probably 25% left of
and when the Mavs sign LeBron, that bottle is going right in my belly. Not the bottle, but the contents are going right in my belly.
And if you want to end up like Clarence or Jr., like he was on draft night, if you know, you know.
Oh, wow.
We do have some whiskey and we also have some bourbon in the office. But whatever liquor and spirit is of your choice, Geno's Liquor will have it. If you're like confused, like, hey man, it's not really my thing, I do it like occasionally, you go in there, you ask them for advice or just what type of bottle that you would like, they would recommend one for you. So find all your high quality spirits at a great price at your local Geno's. Tell them DLS sent you for 10% off your first purchase and continue to support your Dallas small businesses.
We want to hear from you. It's our job to give you our opinions, sometimes the objective truth, but let's be honest, we're all a bunch of blowhards up here. It's our job to give you opinions about what's happening on that basketball court, and we hear from you all in the chat every day on social, comment section of our podcast, comment section of our YouTube channel, but there's a little QR code right next to me, or you can go to alldlls.com/survey. Again, alldlls.com/survey. Fill out. It takes like 3 to 5 minutes to fill out a survey. You can let us know what you love about what we're doing, how we can get better, things that you would change about this or whatever. One lucky person that fills out the survey is going to get a $100 Amazon gift card. You can spend that on pretty much anything in the world. They sell literally almost anything, maybe even that bottle that Ron Harad Jr. was just holding up on Amazon. You get 100 buckaroos to do on that. Again, all you got to do is fill out the survey. It doesn't matter if you like us, love us, hate us. It doesn't matter. Take the survey today. Again, scan that QR code. Head to alldlls.com/survey. Again, alldlls.com/survey today. 10 seconds!
Welcome back, boys and girls. It's our DLLS Mavs free agent frenzy special.
Tampering time is over.
Presented by FanDuel predicts NBA free agency, gentlemen.
Pencils down.
Is officially open. The deals can be struck right now.
Balloons.
The Mavs just tweeted, become a Club Maverick member and lock in your 26-27 season tickets.
Baby.
Jeez.
What does it mean?
It means you can become. I thought we didn't do free promo around here. Like, I didn't know we did that.
Well,
that
no,
was
I just
terrible
think,
timing, though.
They absolutely know that
No, they did
free
that
agency
purposely.
starts today.
That
I'm just
was
saying.
insane timing.
Bobby's not one for free promotion around here.
If you're
so.
going to be promoting season tickets, you got to have something that people are going to be fired up about. So, like, the LeBron signing is going to happen shortly.
Oh,
right?
wow.
That's what that means.
I'm just surprised you read that publicly on air on this program, but it's fine. The Mavericks, what they're working with coming into free agency, which is now open. They're $40 million below the luxury tax. They're $46 million below the first apron as well, and they're $59 million below the second apron as well. Now, they are hard capped at the second apron because they did a trade with the Lakers. No, not that trade, a different one. Where the Mavericks sent cash to the Lakers and are hard capped at the second apron. As we mentioned, what they do have available to them, the non-taxpayer mid-level exception at $15 million, a biannual exception at $5.5 million, a veteran minimum, a second round, and the trade exceptions that they have, $20.8 million and $2.8 million as far as that trade exception is concerned.
Hello, Abby.
As well.
Hey.
Shout out to Abby who's hanging out with us here on our program. So they do have some tools available to them. Our guy Marc Stein reported earlier that the Mavericks have emerged as a serious suitor for Detroit guard Marcus Sasser. That's about the only external free agent that's really been linked to serious degree as we head into free agency so far. What are you expecting, Ron Howard Jr., from this franchise who introduced their 11th head coach in franchise history yesterday in Dusty May? We drafted Morez Johnson Jr. to be a part of this roster as well. With Summer League right around the corner, what are you expecting to see from the Mavericks potentially here?
I wouldn't say I'm expecting like anything gigantic to happen, but I've literally been surprised by basically everything this franchise has done for like a 2-month period. So like at this point, I'm almost like expecting to be surprised by something. So I'm kind of like really waiting to see like what are they gonna do to build around Cooper Flagg in their first offseason as team president, general manager, and head coach. Like the Mavs have their big three in the front office, a new big three at least. And I'm just really interested like what happens. Like does this team get aggressive? Do they go after an all-star caliber player? Do they go after like the Dean Wades of the world? Do they go after like Marcus Sasser? Like where's the tier of players they're gonna go after? Or is it like one of each? Have they already tried to go after somebody? Like maybe it was the Kawhi port. Like they let's see if they take this. Like I'm very interested. Like what will they try to pair with Cooper Flagg and possibly Kyrie Irving?
I would be more surprised if they expend resources to try and get better than I would be if they take on some slop with picks. Like I don't know that they're gonna like. Let's call around the league and see what we can get for PJ Clay and a couple ones, like that Kawhi offer. I would have been stunned if they would have made that trade. I would be shocked if they made that trade for any player, even if that guy was 25. I think that they'll use the exception and hopefully get a first rounder out of it, or at least like 5 2s or something. Like give me just a bunch of picks. And if they can get a young guy, if they can go out and spend the MLE on someone or use it as a trade exception to get somebody, that's cool. But I mean, I want to, not to like take a dump on Marcus Sasser or anything. He's going in the final year of his rookie deal. He's making $5 million, which for him is probably a bit of an overpay. Dennis Jenkins kind of came out of nowhere for the Pistons, but completely supplanted him in the rotation. Granted, he was also injured. But before that, the Pistons relied a lot on Tim Hardaway Jr. and Malik Beasley. He's been in the news lately too. So Sasser was never really like a key piece for the Pistons. If they're looking to offload him, it's because they just don't see the path forward for him. So I wouldn't even consider that like a much more than like a dart throw for the Mavs, which is why I would also want picks. So you can do that 3 or 4 times, and I would call that a pretty good summer. But I think that's where they're at more so than, hey, let's see what we can do to get to the 7 seed.
The NBA has announced the new salary cap numbers going into the 2026-27 season. The NBA salary cap now will be $164.961 million for the 2026-2027 season. The tax level for the 26-27 season will exceed over $200 million at $200.428 million. The minimum team salary is $148.465 million. The first apron level is $209 million, and the second apron level is $221 million. So the tax numbers and the salary cap numbers are set going into next season as well. So there you go.
We have a kind of a slow start. More than I would have thought, free agency. I mean, again, like
it's like the slowest I've ever remembered.
You got to make sure you're not tampering.
Yeah, like 8 years ago, man, it's literally we just could be flooded with tweets.
It's all just acting. It's all just acting.
Yeah, bang! First Project 2028 mention of the show. Classic Saint Lover. $1.99 super chat. That one's especially for you, Ron.
Yeah, it's all optics, but then also a lot of guys sign deals with their incumbent teams like already. There's been, I forget, Keith Smith, I think it was like 26 guys have already signed extensions or new contracts.
Yep. Even was it Day'Ron Sharp with the Nets, like 2 years, $10 million? Like he wouldn't even try that in free. Like back in the day, like you wouldn't even accept that type of contract. You would just go to free agency at that point and see if you can just get a little bit more, because likely they got a little bit more.
Yeah, well, and now with the I'm trying to pull up. I guess I'm just gonna narrate what I'm doing, but I was gonna say give me a second to pull up the Pistons Spotrac page, but now I've already done it. So the Pistons right now have $65 million below the cap, $72 million below the first apron. I don't know if that is counting Isaiah Joe and Kevin Huerter. I don't think it is. And so if it is, if it's not counting, they have $45 million below the tax.
So I can update that for you because Keith Smith has the updated number.
Okay, what is it?
So right now the Pistons, as far as their salary cap, they're over for now, $26.3 million with the Duren cap hold, $44.4 million without Duren's cap hold. So,
but I'm talking about the tax line, not the.
Okay.
Because that's the thing that matters more for them, because they're not going to want to pay the luxury tax. But even if they do, that's only $7 million. That threshold is lower, $7 million lower than the first apron. So I'm trying to think. That's why I was trying to do the math in my head of like how much Duren is going to make. If they let Tobias Harris walk, they have to replace him too, probably by using the mid-level, which would hard cap them at the first apron anyway. And so, like, you could probably give Duren like 35 to 40 million, use the mid-level, and then you would need to shed like 5-ish million, which is basically just Marcus Sasser. It's like I'm trying to do the like work backward to get Sasser to the Maps, basically.
But Duren's supposed to get like the Sabonis like near 48 though, isn't he?
Apparently,
I'd be shocked if he got that much.
Because like Sabonis wouldn't be making $48 million. Reportedly, that's who would be in a sign and trade back to Detroit if that's what would happen. So I would assume then Duren will be making around what Sabonis makes. Like he has to make around that. I would assume so.
And we don't have numbers on this, but Mark J. Spears of ESPN is reporting that the Pistons have offered what the franchise believes is the most lucrative contract possible for Jalen Duren and are not interested in any sign and trade deals, and will match any potential offer sheets he signs.
Sure.
According to Mark J. Spears. The two biggest centers in the restricted free agent market are Walker Kessler and Jalen Duren, both who are reportedly going to be taking meetings with teams starting right now. So we'll see what happens with those two big men as far as the free agency. Their restricted free agencies are concerned. The teams projected with the most cap space going into free agency, which has begun already. The Lakers at $51.2 million. The Nets at $40.9 million if they delay the adding of Julius Randle. If they don't, then that means they'll have $30.9 million in cap space. And the Chicago Bulls, shout out to our CHGO folks, $30.9 million in cap space available to them as far as their cap numbers are concerned.
And the Bulls could maybe use a big, but I'm trying to think of like, okay, so if Duren stays in Detroit, the Lakers want a big too. They were hoping to meet with Duren. They're hoping to meet with Kessler.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not, I'm literally just a guy. But I don't think the Jazz are going to let Kessler leave. He's probably just trying to get a Lakers offer to go take back to them.
Yeah.
Lakers are now the leverage team, which is so funny and good and perfect and beautiful. But that does mean the Lakers will still need a big. And the Mavs have a big on their team that could be considered excess.
So we're hoping that the Lakers strike out 3 times at the plate and dang it, we have nothing else to get.
Sabonis, and is there another one that they're talking to? Another big?
I guess
the Pistons.
Duren, Sabonis,
the
Kessler.
Lakers.
No,
Kessler and Duren, and is that it?
And Sabonis maybe, I guess.
No, it's just Duren and
so if they miss on both those guys, they need a big. They need to. Oh yeah, the Bulls have Claxton. Sorry, my bad.
The Bulls have Claxton and Jalen Smith.
The Bulls have Claxton.
No, I'm saying Jalen Smith was their starter last year.
Jalen Smith is my guy. He's one of my guys from that draft class. But, if the Lakers miss on both those guys, then the Gafford.
Hello, Daniel Gafford.
Yeah, let's get rolling. Lakers, you have the 2031 first rounder.
They might get desperate.
Bring it on. Well, they better be because they got Luka, they got Reeves, and that's it. Rui might be out of there.
Marcus Smart's rumored to go to the
Marcus
Rockets.
Smart out of there.
Which is very weird to me.
DeAndre Ayton's still there. That's even worse than him
exactly.
leaving.
That's 7 or 8 mil, whatever it is.
So they need a big
badly.
I love how you're burying the lead thoad.
What's that?
Maxey out of there too.
Oh, that's
that's the lead.
Maxey
Kleber out of Los Angeles right now.
Oh,
Maxey Kleber will
he
not
going back
be
to
returning.
Europe to go play ball.
The Mavs do have not necessarily an excess 5 in that they have too many centers, but if you're spending $18 million a year on your backup center, you have an excess 5. Lively is going to be the starter. Gafford right now is the backup. Musa Cisse has got to be on the team. This is my reality we're living in, so he's going to be back.
Clearly.
And then if Dwight wants to play, maybe it'll be here, maybe not. But either way, if you trade Gafford for Air, you're going to have a hard time replacing his production. $18 million is a lot of money to spend on a backup. So I know
people might not believe he's the backup, though.
Yeah, but it's not fun to look at it this way, but you have to look at it financially. $18 million is a lot, especially if you got a team out there that's trying to be good, that really needs one, that is willing to give you a first rounder for that player. All of a sudden, you start feeling like you have excess 5s.
The only thing I'd say about Gafford is he's the only center I'd say is going to be ready for the opening night game. If there was a weapon to my chest and it's you have to, if you're wrong, you're gone. He's the only one I'd be comfortable saying would be here on night 1.
Yeah.
I assume
Musa,
some of the guys, I had assumed that, but today's not under contract. I see people giving him prop on Twitter, he's one of the most underrated defensive assets. I'm like, wait a minute.
Stop that.
Stop all these tweets. They're blowing up.
No more PR for Musa.
So I'm I do think Masai's going to bring Musa back to the Mavericks now, but still, right now he's not under contract, and it's what's taking so long? Every other team is signing their guys.
Yeah, I guess
why is Musa not signed?
Well, for that, it's probably okay, if the Mavs are, you would love the guy for the minimum, but then Musa's agent is well, let's go see if we can at least get the biannual or the taxpayer mid-level. See if anyone will give you anything before you go back and take that deal. Because he shouldn't have to be in a rush, and signing guys to the minimum doesn't really affect your cap stuff anyway, because the veterans are exempt from that. But that is all assuming that Morez Johnson is a 4. Which I guess they've kind of
he said
that's where he's most comfortable.
Well, he said that, which I don't know why rookie opinion would matter at all, but hey, his coach is here.
I'm about to say it's a little more unique because his coach is here. So
maybe his opinion doesn't matter.
If Rez is your 4, then but if they're going to play him at a 5, then all of a sudden you have way too many
Morez.
Way too many bigs.
This is true.
Real quick before you go to break, how spooked are you based off of the update that Dereck Lively provided the other day that his foot, he's not even running yet?
Yeah.
And what that means as and now we're less than 3 months away from training camp starting ahead of the regular season here.
I mean, he played less than 200 minutes last season, less than 10 games last season. Since I've basically got this job, I've really never really seen him play a full game. So a whole season really lost, with half of the season before that lost, and the foot's still not right. He's not even, again, we're talking about just running, not even high level basketball, just literally just running 2 miles. He did say he's walking about 10 10, I think, to 12,000 steps a day is like his goal right now. You say he's doing that. But it's pretty concerning because like it just like it feels like I'm not a doctor, but like I would assume he'd be running before like now to be good for training camp. Again, I don't know. Like I can't predict foot injuries. Like I'm not a foot doctor, but that's what it feels like to a little dumb old me. So it did make me just a little nervous for his day one basketball on the court for whatever the opening game is.
I think the whole Lively saga is very weird because he was a top 10 pick, the best big on a team that went to the finals, the best season the Mavs have had since they won the championship 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. And yet it feels like 70% of our chat is like fed up with him. And it's like, I feel like it's 100% of people should want him to be okay. Like he already showed as a 19, 20-year-old that he could be a dynamic offensive player and a dominant defensive big. And he was only going to get better. Like teams get better. 20-year-olds get better. So to think that there's a single person that would be tired of him already is just bizarre, man. Like they're not paying him hardly any money. He's very, very young. He's under team control potentially for the next 5 years if the Mavs want to lob him an extension. Like I can't believe that fans are tired of that. It's very, very weird to me, especially given how good he already is.
Yeah.
Like, just think of what it would be like to have a guy that could average double-digit points, double-digit rebounds, and 2 blocks a game.
Switchable.
Yeah, that's switchable, and that's 21 or 22, and can pass, and can step out in space, and who knows, maybe one day shoot the 3. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
in practice.
It's very.
Mark Cuban sitting over there?
It's just very weird to me
No
that
thigh.
the tenor of this thing is anything but, God, I want him to be healthy
You just
so
caught
bad.
that too.
Like it's really, really weird that
Yeah.
there's any amount of negativity beyond just, man, it sure would be great if he was healthy because that guy's really good.
Can we
You
put
know?
a
And I hope if you feel the way that I'm talking about, I hope you feel
the
bad.
Lalo was pick 12. I love like when I think Bobby.
Oh, sorry, not top 10.
I know. I love when like we say something like that.
Sorry.
In the chat, like, yeah, you shut your dumb mouth. He actually was pick 12, buddy. Like that's literally my favorite tweet. And I don't. It's like something like one time I said like, oh, T. Higgins was a first round pick. And he was the 33rd pick, which is the first pick in the second round. And so was my comments like, bro, you're freaking an idiot. He was not a first round pick. And I'm like, bro, like I apologize.
You're right.
Like,
you're right. Case and Wallace was the 10th pick that the Mavs
technically,
had
yeah.
and then traded down.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I think to the point real quick is the idea of,
oh crap.
folks.
Lively for Sasser in the first.
No.
Add another first. Now we're talking. But
Oh, wow.
not for one.
Not for that late Detroit first, bro. Unless you just think he's never gonna play basketball again.
Like they want the person to obviously be
He's a great guy.
better because that's
Legit one of the best people I've ever been around.
He's been a great cover.
Athlete
He's
wise.
always been honest.
Dude, and what a story. Easiest person of all time to root for.
No,
He plays with Legos. Like, what?
Yeah.
Everything about him is amazing.
Yeah, like he's a great
guy.
I think what folks, again, I'm talking about other people,
Yeah.
may be tired of is like the lack of availability.
No, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely sucks.
Sucks.
That's the part I think has bothered folks the most is that he's just simply not available.
Yes.
And when he's been available, he's been excellent on the floor for this team. So the idea would be, I don't necessarily want to get rid of the person, but it's the player. And foot injuries for big men, we know
Yeah,
are
it's long
spooky.
history.
It's bad,
man.
but here's the other thing. He is the victim of his own former boss's complete and utter ineptitude.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
He should sue Nico Harrison.
Absolutely.
What happened now?
No, if he never plays again, that's a real
Well,
conversation.
and who knows how much of that was going to happen regardless and how much
Can't
of
be
that was
proven.
the training staff's approach.
Uh-huh.
Maybe he's got proof, but I'm sure we will never know. And even if we were shown proof, I don't know. I mean, I don't know any biological terms freak me out, okay? I don't understand a single one of them. But, like, my God, man, they were about to play him with a broken foot.
That's right.
And he's
wild.
7-1. Like, that is so beyond the pale, you know? And so I do understand, again, having just gone through the AD saga, I understand
know.
how frustrating it is to watch players that repeatedly get injured. But whenever it is the own team's fault, potentially, that his injury got worse than maybe it should have been, I'm going to couch that with a lot of allegedlys in there to avoid anything. Like, I cannot believe that a single person has an ounce of anger or resentment or frustration toward the player and not just the situation.
For sure. Let's take our next break here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. When we come back,
More break.
will something
Yeah, there's no breaks, so it's We can just cook.
We can just keep cooking. We'll just keep cooking then. Will the Mavs do something?
Do something. Where's the stick?
Do something,
I don't have the stick.
It's like, is anybody awake? No, everybody's awake.
I did an article on Lively when he first got. I cannot find it because I write a lot of articles on our site. Please become a diehard, alldls.com. But like I compared his foot injury to like a bunch of bigs that have had foot injuries, and just so we can get like a timeline. It really sucks that I can't find it. But there's just because there's so many bigs throughout the history of the NBA that have had foot injuries that have ended their careers. Now medicine is like so much better today than it was like even 10 years ago, to be honest. So that gives me a little bit of confidence, like he will play basketball. I'm like right now, I don't think it's like a career threatening injury. Like I can't like prove that again. Doing my Jason Kidd, I am not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
I went to school for journalism, and they do not teach you medicine at all. Trust me. So, but still, it just I will be patient with Lively. I would not expect him to be there game one. Just my very dumb take.
But again,
but like I just would wait.
Does that even matter?
It might not matter because again, when I think of the Dallas Mavericks, I don't think of a playoff team next year. So in that context, like I just wouldn't rush it. Like,
well, I mean,
All-Star break. Like I swear to you, I really don't think it matters.
Than that.
Because
I just wouldn't like it. How much would it matter? And like you said, in big picture context, again, this is not a playoff team in my opinion next season. And if they are, this like late season, he would have to be back for to make a playoff push. You would assume he'd be back before then. But I can't prove that today. He's literally said verbatim, even when I feel better, I'm still going to give it more time, which is probably like some PTSD trauma. Like he tried to go before and he actually had an injury. And it's like when that happens to you, because like we understand like Ron has talked about his back 1,000 times in this show. Because like I thought it was better, and then I tried to do things, and then I re-aggravated it, and then now I always think about that when I do things like dumb things, like pick up a ball off the ground. Like I don't have a broken foot we have to walk on every single day
and jump on
every single day, and he like jumps really high in the air. Everyone to land on that is like that's a whole nother like mental like that's beyond basketball now. I think that's the scary thing about Lively, and it's also like why I say I'm not nervous to move off Daniel Gafford because like. I'm not really nervous about anything. Like I just cover the team. But if I was a Mavs fan, I'd be like, well, damn, like Morez better be ready, buddy. And he might be ready. But Morez, like I would like if they move off Gafford and Live is not ready game one, like Morez might be like opening night starting five.
Well, no, it's Musa season. That's
or Musa's your starting five opening night, and then Morez is coming in, baby.
Yeah, I mean,
with all due respect,
anxiety
if Musa's your starting five opening night, something is amiss. And I love Musa, but if Musa's your starting five and opening night, we got a real issue.
Well, maybe not. I mean, again, if everything is future based, like, and if you buy that everything is future based, and if you're down with that notion, and if you buy into that, and you're down for being patient and everything, then what is the most important center question to answer if the future is what matters more than the present? What is Dereck Lively's future in the league looks like? That is the number one. You got to get pretty far down the list before you think of how does Daniel Gafford fit into this thing? You know, like that is just not a future solution. Gafford is under contract until he's 30 or 31. I forget how old he is. That's a long way from now. You know, and he makes a lot of money between now and then. And he was the starter on a team that went to the finals. And I imagine Gaff is, unless he just loves being in Dallas, which maybe he does, I imagine he's not just super fired up about being the backup on a team that might not be a playoff team for a while. So, you know, you have to think about everything within context. If the Mavs were trying to win a title this season, Daniel Gafford matters a lot more than Dereck Lively because Lively, who knows how much he's going to play. If the Mavs are trying to build something, Lively matters a lot more, not only because he's younger and better, but also because he's up for an extension, and you have to get that stuff figured out.
Yeah.
You have to. So you don't want a Walker Kessler situation a year from now, you know, where it's or Jalen Duren situation where it's unclear what your team is going to look like and how much you're going to have to pay the guy. Like you want all those questions answered. So there's just you have to be patient with Lively.
Yeah, Because otherwise, it
can get ugly.
I'm just spooked, man. And I love Lively, I really do, man. But geez, like you can't do an extension with him now. You got to see if he can come back healthy and play for an extended period of time, and then give you an idea of what kind of decision you want to make going into next summer, in order to make that happen.
That's not tanking though. That when I'm talking about real Misters future base doesn't mean tanking with no draft pick. I'm not suggesting that they're tanking, or that they should tank.
Yeah, no.
What I'm saying is that you're prioritizing certain things. You're not prioritizing winning today.
And also, I found the article. I did have some positive news in this article. I did forget that. So, like 3 centers, or just 2 centers recently that have had within the last 5 years, have had some type of foot surgery or foot injury. One is Anthony Davis. But to be fair, even though we're laughing at people well, Anthony Davis has been hurt since then. But Anthony Davis had a bone spur fracture off the navicular bone in his right foot during the 2022-2023 season. He missed a ton of games. But after that, he hasn't had really foot injuries that have cost him multiple games since then. So he's had other injuries, but the foot has not been one of Davis's many problems. Chet Holmgren missed his whole rookie year with a foot injury. And since then, he's been relatively healthy for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And there's other players Joel Embiid. Now he's had injuries with the foot, but it's really mostly been Joel Embiid's knee that's really been bothering him ever since he had that right foot injury out of Kansas. It really has not been the foot that's really caused Joel Embiid a ton of games. And of course you have the famous Bill Walton, which essentially kind of ended his prime really short. So it just can vary throughout history what foot injuries can do. But is KG ready to announce some free agency news?
I mean, I'm sorry. I just laughed.
Really
I laughed because the first 2 signings that happened is just okay, DeAndre Jordan signing a free agent deal to return to the Pelicans for his 19th season. Awesome.
2 different reporters said that exact same phrasing, by the way, which is almost man,
what are we doing here?
Got a group chat going on. Sources tell me
we're breaking. DeAndre Jordan is returning to the Pelicans for his 19th year. That's the break. That's the boom. We're firing that off.
Huge.
And the only other signing that's happened.
One more before that.
Yeah, the only other one was Ousmane Dieng is going back to the Milwaukee Bucks.
On his name, Ron.
I would have been into that for the Mavs. By the way, I would have been in on Ousmane.
It was
he actually played good, I would say, in the second half of the season. And I'm you know what? This actually might be a good spot for him to develop. Now, those being the first free agency tweets and that amount of money, we've yet to even get over $30 million spent total in free agency so far. That I'm ready to kind of just boing, and I just have yet to.
You ready to do what?
Get that feeling.
Okay. All right. I don't know what that is. But
I'm not ready for you to get that.
Yeah.
Hopefully that happens far away from here.
By the way, Chang's deal is 3 years, $17.5 million to return to the Milwaukee Bucks. So that's
I'm weak.
That's the money and the compensation for him. So there you go. We are almost 30 minutes into free agency, and it has been very, very quiet.
Marc Stein, I believe, joining us in 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah, that seems like he didn't miss much.
Yeah.
I do want to touch on something before we get him on because Bobby had an interesting tweet a little bit earlier. So, obviously, LeBron James, after 8 seasons with the Los Angeles Lakers, is leaving. He is going to play next season. It will just not be with Los Angeles. And he is going to be taking Rich Paul on his behalf, is going to be meeting with teams to figure out where the next destination is going to be. Will it be with the Warriors, the Cavs, the Miami Heat? Who knows? But let's use the Cavs for an example because, Bob, they have some interesting things that the Mavericks could use in terms of some shooting. Guys like Max Strus and others who could be available if they are trying to create the requisite room for LeBron James. James Harden hasn't signed his deal yet to return to Cleveland, and he may be waiting to try to create some room for LeBron James to make a return there. If that does happen, there are things, Bobby, that might interest you from the Cleveland Cavaliers if LeBron does return there.
That is so true, Kevin. So they got 2 guys, Dennis Schröder, Max Strus, that make almost the perfect amount of money to where if they made those contracts disappeared, the Cavs would be able to get LeBron, offer him a pretty respectable deal, and still give James Harden as much, not the max, but a lot
left,
of money. Yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now, what's even more interesting is that the Mavs have this $20.8 million trade exception. Now, Marcus Sasser's $5.2 million plus Dennis Schröder's $14.8 million adds up to $20 million.
Sure.
Oh, so you can do that.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to.
I did not know that. I thought it'd be from one team that you could use the trade set.
Yeah,
for. I knew it'd be a 3-team
so
trade.
you can divide and conquer.
Oh.
And so they could. Now they wouldn't be able to do it with Max Strus, who's $16.6 million. That would add up to $21.8 million, which is a little more than what the Mavs have. But and also, unfortunately, a little more than the mid-level exception. The Mavs could just take Dennis Schröder into the mid-level exception. It's now essentially it doubles as a contract you can offer to a free agent and a trade exception. So they could take Schröder into the mid-level and then take Strus into the trade exception. Like they could just do both of those things. Differences with the players. Schröder obviously is not at the highest level of his game anymore. He's 33. Definitely on the back nine, has fallen off a little bit. Quickness and agility was such a huge element of his game. And that part's kind of left him, and the jumper has always been pretty shaky. Max Strus, on the other hand, entering the final year of his deal, definitely a good player, pretty good point of attack, obviously a very good shooter, good movement shooter. And so, Schröder, I think, would be the kind of guy where if you take him, you could get a pick. Strus, I bet there would be teams that would offer picks for him, or at least a pick for him. But yeah, the Mavs could definitely get in on one or even both of those guys if they feel like helping Cleveland out.
Yeah, I mean, I like both of those players. Now, I'm pretty sure some Mavs fans would be like, wait, we were taking on like another guard now after we drafted. Mavs fans love Sergio now. So any other point guard gets in the way of Sergio and Ryan Nembhard. Like, Mavs fans are all in on these guys.
His contract next year is non-guaranteed, so they'd maybe buy him out, trade him at the deadline or whatever. I mean, again, you're thinking about it as we got to think about 5 years from now.
Yeah. So, and again, Dennis is like basically like what Better Be Will. Essentially, he does like a lot of things similar to like Brandon Williams. He's
more playmaking chops.
Playmaking chops. Like still has a good first step. Like he's not like Atlanta Hawks, Dennis Schröder, but he can still do some stuff. Max Strus would be really fun. Good wing. The Mavs kind of need more like wing scorer, somewhat like probably neutral, slightly below average defense. Nowadays, like they don't really have many players in that archetype. Max Strus has been good ever since he's kind of got to the Cavs. They actually probably miss him especially if they don't keep Dean Wade. Those would be players I definitely at least would look at to see if they're willing to part with those guys.
Hardaway to the Heat. That's the first move.
Oh, okay. I like Timmy there.
Good for Tim.
So Mavs legend, Tim Hardaway Jr. I haven't got
Chris
that.
Chris Haynes.
The GOAT. The GOAT, Chris Haynes.
Assuming it's probably vet men, unless they're dividing up the tax mid-level, but I think they can get to the full. I don't know. Their books
they're
are
in vet men territory.
They're in vet men territory. Yeah. But like if you're going to your ring
they're
chasing,
in flux because depending on what happens with Jovic, if they make his money disappear, that changes.
Yes.
And look, if they're looking to get off Jovic completely, the Heat still have one future first. Give me a call. All right, give me a call, Pat Riley.
But yeah, free agent and sharpshooter Tim Hardaway Jr. Will be signing with the Miami Heat to provide the organization some necessary space. Congrats to Tim Hardaway Jr. He had a really good year with the Denver Nuggets.
He did.
Shot the ball well from the three-point line, and now gets to play for the Miami Heat, of course, where his dad famously played for the Miami Heat, Tim Hardaway Sr.
I got to add on to what Bobby was talking about earlier. I love that both Shams and Chris Haynes started their tweet with free agent sharpshooter Tim Hardaway Jr. They both called him the exact same
like
thing.
Sharpshooter.
It's just a nice click and hold copy and tab over.
I
paste.
know.
Why not?
I know.
Yeah, why not?
And just add the league sources tell me.
Yep.
Or to be fair, that might already be included half the time. I would not be shocked.
Probably.
But I'm surprised that Denver didn't keep Timmy.
Well, they're on a financial squeeze themselves right now because they're trying to figure out how to keep Peyton Watson.
Yikes.
They're already trying to figure out if Cam Johnson's going to stick around there. They're trying to hang on potentially to Aaron Gordon. He's been rumored to be potentially on the move because they've got things to figure out.
That's a big blow to Denver, and they also declined the option for Jalen Pickett too, which was a bit of a surprise because
they need depth.
Yeah, they only have like 9 guys now.
We're gonna play Steve Naji.
They're trying to trade all of them.
Yeah, they got
that team might be a little cooked.
They got some financial. I mean,
it's good for the Mavs. I mean, again, all the West teams need to get worse, man. Like you should not be rooting for any single team in the Western Conference to do anything positive.
Yeah,
the Mavs need teams to get worse. Like the Spurs and OKC are already too OP. You at least got to have the non-Spurs OKC teams get significantly worse to try to get into that tier right below those teams. And eventually, by the time the Mavs are probably really good, those teams hopefully are somewhat aging out. Maybe not the Spurs, sadly. But some of the other teams are, like OKC, like maybe SJ's like, oh, he's not as good as he used to be 3 years ago. Like maybe they get to that. So, but
speaking of Miami, could Chris Middleton reunite with Giannis in Miami? He's also been a rumored name. Of course, the Mavericks free agent.
Well, maybe he can ISO there.
I've just,
maybe we're getting to, 2020 has he pull up Chris Middleton with Giannis. Do that there, buddy.
He won them 2 games. He won them 2 games.
The jumper is still the jumper. Like the injury history, he can't guard, but he can still shoot the crap out of the basketball.
They would have been 6th in the lottery order had that not happened.
The irony of Chris Middleton smoking games for the Mavericks and then joining Bobby's arch nemesis Giannis Antetokounmpo in Miami would be poetic irony.
So much closer to Wagler.
Oh,
or
no.
If you wanted Michael Brown or if you wanted AJ DeBonsa, they would have been a lot closer to all of those guys.
What did he go off for over 20?
You saw he just jumped into
25-point fourth quarter.
Against the Grizzlies?
And carrying him across the finish line against the Pacers.
That's right.
The Mavs got 1 year guys, though, so you should be – it all worked out for you.
No, they did. They did. Yeah. I'm happy with – I would have been happier, but I'm happy. We got a super earlier. Do you want to – get that one?
It
was about Lively.
Oh, that's right. Shout out to Matthew Hooks with the $5 super chat. Go ahead, Bobby.
I get Bobby's point on Lively. First off, $5 super chat. Thank you. I get Bobby's point on Lively in the future, but anyone on this team should be available except for Coop and Morez. Anyone else meet my price and buy? Absolutely. Hey, absolutely.
What's Lively's like? What would be like fans would be happy about the Lively price? Because like, what the
I
heck?
don't think any team would.
What the heck are you getting for Dereck Lively right now?
Like,
There is no price.
I bet a lot of teams would want him to see what's going on
for like a second round pick.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to offer you
protected like lottery first round pick. Like what is the price for Dereck Lively? Like
because like if you would have said it, if you would have asked, if you would have pulled the league after the 24 finals, oh my god, dude, teams probably would have offered the Mavs easily. At least 1 first, probably 2.
If he gave you like 40 games or something like that, right? Like
after the finals in 2024.
After that, you got it. It would have been probably more than that. Yeah, teams would have really projected him high.
Yeah, but and that's another thing too. So like, let's say you're like, man, I'm tired of injury-prone bigs. I've seen this story so many times. I don't want to deal with it. Even if you have no problem with the guy, you want to move on, get healthier players in here. You should want him to be healthy so that they can play him and then trade him. You know what I mean? Like, you should want everyone to be playing well enough to be showcased, to be traded so that you can get a lot back instead of what they got back for AD. They didn't get they got flexibility back for AD, but you're not getting a lot of flexibility whenever the guy you're trading makes like $8 million because he's on a rookie deal. What you want in that situation is picks. You want first-round picks for young guys. If they traded Lively today, they're not getting a first-round pick. If they trade Lively in 6 months, they might get a lot of first-round picks. So you have to hope that there is a good positive resolution, no matter where you stand on his future in Dallas.
Roby, are you comfortable with that? Extending Dereck Lively for dirt cheap and wait out the results? Are you willing to give him any type of extension?
I bet he's not.
Yeah, well,
like Lively. And,
yeah.
And the question is, if he does take that, then now I'm nervous.
Yeah,
if he does accept the BS offer,
3 for 30 or something.
Yeah, it's like, my God. He might never play again.
They gave him the max deal.
No, I'm just joking, Master. I'm sorry. I apologize. But
Rich Paul wouldn't let him do that.
Yeah, also, man, I mean the
clutch grip.
My favorite Rich Paul tweet too is when people just like tweet super agent Rich Paul. And I'm like,
that might be
because I'm not saying he's not a super agent, but it's just like in the tweet, does that that super, does that have to be included with the agent?
There's few that have reached super agent status. I would say Rich Paul has reached super agent status. David Falk is another one that comes to mind that reached super agent status.
Doesn't need to be in the tweet though. Like, can't we just say according to Rich Paul? Like, it doesn't have to be super agent Rich. It has to be super agent.
Put some respect on.
Copy?
Yeah.
Press and hold, paste.
I don't know. But again, if you can sell your own narrative, everyone like do it if you can. Like, because clearly he's like, if he's getting that out there and like now everyone thinks of him as super agent Rich Paul. If you keep seeing something, like you'll just believe it. Well, you don't have to, but a lot of people do.
Another super chat we got that just rolled in. Shout out to Reasonable Mavs Fan 69.
Let's see if it's reasonable.
Oh, wow.
With
it better be.
Super chat. Not sure how many matches up, but would you guys do a Jalen Duren sign and trade other contracts for Kyrie and Daniel Gafford?
No.
Yeah, no.
I'm not a Duren fan.
He's only 22. But
Yeah, I mean, like if it was for another 22-year-old person like that, I'd consider it. I just like Duren specifically. I would like if that was Franz, would I think about it? Now we're like, okay, Ron, at least consider this now. Like Kyrie's better than Franz, but he's a little bit younger. Like maybe you could convince me, like maybe him and Coop could do something. Maybe
he's a good player to have.
Good player, probably a little bit overpaid, maybe.
Yeah, but I think guys like that, just big hulking dudes that play pretty hard and get a lot of rebounds, like they make the regular season easier.
True. This is true.
Playoffs is a little different though.
He gets hurt like every year now.
You need skill in the playoffs, and it would be very difficult for me to see the Mavs trade, even though Kyrie's older, to see them trade away a skilled player for a guy that just doesn't bring you that kind of element on offense or really defense. He's just kind of not that he's better than a dude on defense, but like he's not transforming your defense.
By the way, Tim Hardaway Jr.'s deal, 1 year, $6.5 million with the Miami Heat.
That's the non-taxpayer,
6.5?
right? I mean, that's the taxpayer mid-level, right?
Yes.
Yeah, taxpayer mid-level.
I didn't know they could just do 1 year, though.
Yeah, so 1 year.
I thought mid-level had to be at least 2.
Yeah.
And also some interesting league news. According to ESPN, the NBA will hold the NBA Cup championship game next year on December 11th at Butler's Hinkle Fieldhouse.
What again?
So we're the Butler Bulldogs?
No. What? Okay. No, I see the tweet. Why is that being announced today, though? Respectfully.
It is.
Respectfully, of course.
I'm just reading it. But yeah, the NBA Cup will hold the.
Hey, we might need to start putting out some fines, man. I see the Mavs social media tweeting stuff that has nothing to do with free agency, and I see other people doing it. We have to stop this, everyone.
Yeah, I don't know why Shams.
You know what today is.
Shams does not need to be
I don't
want to
see anything.
It's just insane.
That's not a deal today.
Now,
like
I don't know.
If it's not that. Hold it, buddy.
I think
wait 24 hours.
What we're seeing is an NSification of free agency, just like we do with every other thing. Not to get all annoying. Well, I can't say the real word. Tanner will yell at me.
Oh, okay.
In poopification.
Okay. That was very good.
First, it was it was just like this fun thing. Hey, let's stay up late and do it. And then it became a made-for-TV event. And then they put it into prime time. And now we got teams promoting season ticket deals. Shams is using this window as an opportunity to share all sorts of other updates on stuff that doesn't matter.
Yep, people are waiting.
DeAndre Jordan is getting a big limelight because they know nothing else is going on. So now here's a time to give this guy some love and make him the center of attention for a little bit. Like, it's free agency is getting worse.
Is this engagement hunting? Are they engagement hunting right now?
They are in poopifying.
Who do you want to blame for that? Adam Silver for that?
I don't know.
NBPA for collectively bargaining this?
I don't think it's the collective bargaining agreement's fault. I think tampering has something to do with it. I think the NBA kind of unwittingly becoming a transaction league, so everyone is expecting fireworks, sets itself up for this thing. So like they have lived in and created the conditions that lead to this sort of public anticipation,
which we've gotten through trades so far this season.
Yeah, there's been some stuff going on,
but
not
necessarily free agency wise, because free agency used to be like the pins and needles. Oh my gosh, when is it going to happen? What's going to happen? But yeah, shout out to the NBA Cup.
I'm getting cooked in the chat. Well, damn, Trell. I thought it was all love.
Oh wow, Ron thinks the Mavs are his Wizards. Wrong show, my brother.
Dang, man, we're like a couple weeks past
Wizards.
That's how you know you're getting
go complete other way.
He hit it with my brother at the end. That's how you know. Like, hey,
that's what I'm saying. Like, we're still not that far from Juneteenth, so he didn't want to go too hard on me.
Right.
So he decided to be a little bit nice.
He put some respect. It's like my brother. Like, yeah, like we cool, but like you got to chill out, man.
Wizards are a playing team.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, maybe
like a 38-42 range. I can't wait to see what the over-under is. I'm actually excited when we go to Vegas to see what all the teams over-under are. That might be an actual bet I might just make so I can bring it up on the show.
Sheldon says Stein convinced other insiders to hold the stories until after midnight so you guys can do late shows and emergency pods.
Hope not.
You know what? I pray that's not the reason why.
Because otherwise, what are we doing sitting here right now?
I got big plans tonight. Going to bed.
Yeah,
That's what you got.
I've stayed up late the last few nights. It's been rough.
Yeah, and your boy traveling tomorrow, so it's just like, it would be, it is what it is. Shout out to Sports Guy Tia that's also in the chat. But yeah, so far minimal signings as far as free agency is concerned. The most notable one, Tim Hardaway Jr. headed to the Miami Heat on a 1-year, $6.5 million deal to join Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bam Adebayo in Miami to play for Pat Riley. So there you go. Congrats to former Mavericks legend Tim Hardaway Jr.
Any word from the Stein man?
He said he's last I heard was en route ASAP. That was 9 minutes ago.
Oh, he's coming in studio to do this?
I think he just meant
like home.
I think he meant he'll call in ASAP.
Okay. I'm like, huh?
Look at all of us. Like, is he coming? Like, what?
How long we
down
gonna
the
be in this
internet
bad
superhighway?
boy?
He's like in transit.
Yeah, I was like,
I think
he's locked in his cage.
I sent him the link to call in.
Okay.
Dungeon
So
so far right
that car weaving down the fiber optic cables.
Yes.
That's Marc Stein trying to get to the studio.
Can I give Bobby another tweet that he's gonna love?
So here's something interesting. This coming from Jake Fisher just now.
Jake, I guess not.
I'm sorry.
I'm
so sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's yours is gonna. Mine was a joke. Yours sounds news.
I laughed.
Jalen Duren has interest in joining the Boston Celtics.
Oh yeah, I love his agent.
Jaylen Brown
His agent's
sign
fun,
and trade.
man.
That's what I'm
incoming?
saying. Yeah, are we a Jaylen Brown sign and trade in exchange for Jalen Duren?
Okay, that's funny.
I mean, the Celtics could use a center.
So I changed up on the Mavs since the Wiz got no more pick.
Yeah, you've been just way more at ease lately.
So that coming from Jake Fisher. I don't know how you.
Will they trade Jalen? Is Jalen?
Yeah.
How low?
Jalen for Jalen?
The Jalen Brown stuff has been like, I'm not even like a Jalen Brown guy, but sometimes like told him like what's it called? Like the weight can just go too far to the other side, and it's like, man, like
it makes me think of that.
No way he's that bad. It's
what's
not
that Jalen
that
song?
Bad, right?
To me, Jalen's in the NBA.
Oh yeah.
Jalen's in the NBA.
What was that credit? I wish I could remember the credit.
That was a great song.
But that's amazing.
Tanner, what you got? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's the this from Chris Haynes. This for Bobby. It says sources. LeBron James will be patient and open-minded in selecting his next destination.
Oh, thank God.
But the priority is having a realistic chance of competing for a championship.
Okay, so
In case you're wondering.
I'm going to have to push back on that because sources have told some of my other favorite ESPN reporters that this next chapter is just all about fun.
That's right.
It's not about the money.
That's right. It's not about money.
It's about
Yeah.
having
It's
fun.
about fun.
Yeah.
So how are they going to frame it next? What is the next PR push going to be?
But what if he takes
What
a
is
big deal?
What is the next way to explain why he's not going to be making $50 million next season?
That's right.
Like, I need my billionaire to be properly paid. I need to know why he's going to have to play for below the max. Is it for fun or is it to win?
I like what you're doing there. That's good.
I don't know why. But, man, the Jalen Brown stuff is just going to be just like, man, it's just.
I will say if LeBron does go back to Cleveland, I think he should go back to Cleveland.
Miami in the chat, man.
I got the perfect tagline for him to announce his coming back to Cleveland. He should write a letter that's entitled, "I'm coming home, ...
Oh, that's very Jason Tatum of him.
For good.
Very Jason Tatum.
Like, it's just for good. And then he's going to just announce his retirement tour. Like, could you imagine LeBron doing a retirement tour with the Golden State Warriors and Miami Heat? That's just weird.
It would be kind of weird.
He should just do it.
It'd be pretty weird. He just shouldn't say anything. He should just retire.
Just sign with Cleveland, try to go make a run at it in the East this year, and then retire and go off into the sunset. Do we have another super chat that came in?
Yes.
Let's get to that one. Matt Wallace with the $1.99 super chat. Oh, he's got a 3-team trade suggestion. Jaylen Brown to the New Orleans Pelicans, Jalen Duren to the Boston Celtics, Trey Murphy III to the Detroit Pistons. I like that, actually.
Well, that money doesn't work.
Well, they'd fill in a bunch of other
stuff. But that would be the meat and potatoes of the trade.
I
like that.
I like Trey Murphy on the Pistons quite a bit.
Yeah, I like that.
Murphy would be great for Detroit.
I don't like Jalen on the Pelicans, although it is kind of like it's like a guy that has been in a playoff game at least once in his career. Like that's.
Yeah, if you're a Pelicans fan, this is dope. For Jaylen Brown, it's like, well, damn, like this is the best I could get.
I mean, he
like,
would be the undoubted. Well, I guess he would be the man.
like, good guy. I go from Finals MVP in the Boston Celtics to like in Smoothie Arena.
Smoothie King Arena.
Look who it is.
Oh!
Wrong hat. Wrong hat.
Actually, no, we'll forgive him. It's his own personal brand. It's fine. It's fine. That's cool.
No, we still don't like it.
I'm trolling.
As long as he wasn't wearing. No, you're fine. You're fine. It looks good on you.
Sure.
Yes, you're fine. Shout out to Substack. Shout out to the Substack.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, Mark.
Been locked into you all day long. Shout out to you and doing your other jobs earlier today. Thank you so much for joining us here on our show. What's going on? What's going on with the Mavericks? Talk to us.
Well, I await. Can they complete the Marcus Sasser trade? That is the only confirmed bit of Mavs business that has crossed the desk at this point. Was told that this morning that the Mavs are a leading trade suitor to acquire Sasser, of course, a Dallas native. My sense is that we can probably upgrade them to the leading trade suitor. I do expect that one to be consummated at some TBD point. What I don't know if that's something that has to wait until the new salary cap. Well, the new salary cap year has begun, but does that have to wait until July 6th when things can get finalized, or is that something that can be executed sooner? The one update on that was when it was relayed to me this morning, the initial thought was that there was a Jaden Hardy trade exception that Sasser's salary could be moved into, but the Jaden Hardy trade exception is actually only $3 million as opposed to $6 million. So Sasser's salary would not have to go in there. The Mavs would have to use they could use I think they have a small exception, because obviously they have the full mid-level exception, but then there's a smaller one that could accommodate that if they just want to take him in via exception. But I think what I would say is I think it's emblematic of the kind of business that this team wants to do, is to, look for moves like adding a Sasser who, by all accounts, didn't really get much of an opportunity to play in Detroit. And is it here? Can he do more here? With more minutes here, how would that go?
Presumably, Mark.
Gakagen, let's consummate it. No.
Yeah.
Go ahead and clip that, Tanner.
Exactly.
Mark, for presumably because the Mavs are taking some cash off the Pistons books, and the Pistons probably need to clear a little bit of money based on some very unofficial math done by me in my head about an hour ago. Is it wise to assume that there might be some form of compensation coming along with that, or is it just hey, we'll take your guy, no questions asked?
I'm not going to guess until I know. And I think that's why, like yesterday, I know that yesterday I maybe disappointed some of our pals, maybe even the three of you by not guessing, but that's why I don't want to guess, because I'd rather wait till I know. I know that's less fun. But then this morning, sources weigh in with some good intel, and now I can say a name that I believe the Mavs really are going to add. And I can't guess on trade compensation when I genuinely don't know it. Obviously, the Mavs have to send something, so there has to be some level. If they're just taking Sasser in via exception, there has to be some level of future draft compensation going the other way. But I will say you are correct that, Detroit has big ambitions, and getting off that salary would help them because they are trying to make other moves. They've already traded for Isaiah Joe. They're now looking for front court help. They've got Duren, who I know is looking into sign and trade stuff, but I really don't think anything's going to happen there. Detroit doesn't want to sign and trade him. So I will try to get those details as fast as I can. But to this point, all I know is that there is a strong likelihood that trade gets done and the Dallas native Sasser ends up a Maverick.
I don't want to put words in your mouth real quick, Mark, but a lot of the times,
but you're going to anyway.
Well, no. I'm just going based off historical precedent. So what you were saying is if it's just like, here's Sasser, the Mavs do have to send something back. Oftentimes in those trades, it's like, we call it like a fake second. It's like a top 55 protected second round pick. That happens a lot.
I don't think it's some like really desirable second round pick, because even second round picks are precious. I mean, I remember on this show there were celebrations that the Mavs got some seconds in the AD trade. And look, we have seen teams that can stack 4 or 5 seconds together. They can, Isaiah Stewart went for 3 seconds. So I don't want to downplay a second rounder. Every second rounder is precious. So yeah, I do not think it would be prime second round draft compensation that goes out the door, because yes, the Mavs, by taking on and Sasser's salary is only $5.2 million, but in this new NBA world, 5.2 cents matters. So yeah, you're right.
What else is percolating potentially for the Mavericks? We see that obviously Chris Middleton's a free agent. There's been rumors that he could be reuniting in Miami with Giannis. We already saw Tim Hardaway Jr., former Maverick, go to the Miami Heat on a deal there. We know that these free agents are a little bit less as far as that was a poor choice of words. A little bit less priority,
I'll say this. Last night, I sensed such profound disappointment that not only did I not have moves last night, but I also could not forecast the whole new medical staff. So this morning, one of the first things I did was I reached out to multiple agencies and like, come on, tell me, the Mavs are in on some of your guys, right? And at that early hour, there was still... not. But that doesn't, but again, it's like the early hours are always going to be focused. Miami just gave us a classic example. Miami has a very finite amount of spending capital. The Heat just making this trade for Giannis. They're trying to be part of the championship mix. So they very early go out and strike this deal with Tim Hardaway Jr. because for the Heat, getting Tim Hardaway Jr. in, and $6.5 million is a lot for the Heat to give up, because they have now so little money to fill out the rest of their roster. Like that's the Mavs aren't moving in that space. That doesn't mean the Mavs won't make a deal tonight at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. But I think the trade for Sasser is just more emblematic of the kind of business that they're trying to do, looking for opportunities. They have a big trade exception. They have a small trade they have a small mid-level exception. They have their whole full mid-level. Are there trade pieces are there trades they can make to opportunistically acquire players who can help? I think that's a good way for them to operate.
Yeah, I see that
the silence tells me you guys the silence makes me nervous. What is wrong? What is wrong?
I was just reading.
I'm reading. I was reading
a Jake L. Fisher tweet.
Yes, L.
What did he say?
The Clippers got Dick and some picks and Ingram for Kawhi, and he specified the picks.
See, when you try to do that, it don't land. Like you tried that.
I gotta laugh.
I don't know. I feel like it was kind of like maybe a little bit of soft return there.
Yeah. I respect the effort.
But the unprotected picks, they got you said 2031 and 2033 unprotected picks.
I feel like Bobby said that on purpose to try to get Tanner.
I don't. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Mark?
Try to get a reaction from Tanner.
Well, he said what on purpose, Mark?
Yeah.
Good try.
Didn't the NBA step in Anthony Black and Grady tried to
no more jersey swaps?
Yeah, no more jersey swaps between them.
Delete that photo.
I think the NBA actually stepped in.
It's overlord NBA.
Bro,
I'm telling you, man. Who cares?
They were so childish. That was so funny.
The same reason why the first hour of free agency sucks, because the league cares so much about optics more than about actual things.
Yeah, who cares, man?
Big bad tampering ghost is gonna come visit you in your nightmares.
Just when they stepped in to shut down that Magic City City night because Luke Cornett got on his soapbox like, this ain't going to fly in my NBA today. Shut the hell up. Like,
who cares, man? Optics have,
jeez.
Sadly, have taken over our athletes as well. They're very PR trained.
Yeah,
and someone has to interview these athletes a ton. This is why I guess people love the knife because he's PR trained, but he just doesn't care at all. And people really care about people that just want to be themselves. And like the knife like himself.
Classic Stang lover is certainly not asking for the song on such a busy day. I surely misread
what
that.
Song? Oh, the $1.99
Luka, come back.
Oh my gosh.
Good
well,
God.
It is. I mean, I don't want to veer into Laker talk ever again for the rest of my life because I do not like that team. Yeah. But that team does, Mark, need a center real bad, and one of them might not be leaving Detroit. The other one might just be doing a leverage play. So should Mavs fans keep an eye on? I mean, let's be honest. Daniel Gafford wasn't the only Mav that Luka was teammates with during the 2024 run. PJ Washington also was. Mm-hmm. And if Rui leaves, they need a power forward too. Like, are the Lakers now going to be the team calling the Mavs?
The Lakers, based on what I gather, they have very strong interest in Mamukelashvili from Toronto, and it pains me that I don't say that.
Mamukelashvili.
Yeah, Mamu. Because my beloved Man City had multiple players from Georgia in the mid '90s. Like most of the Georgian names, I'm pretty good at, but that one is. I can hear Charlie Saturday already like chiding me for not being able to say it well. But the Lakers have strong interest in Mamu. They also have strong interest in Quentin Grimes. But obviously, their foremost interest is a top-line center. Walker Kessler would be the dream target. But both Walker Kessler and Jalen Duren are restricted free agents. It's so hard to get those guys away from their teams. But my point is, I think the Lakers are focused on all of those pursuits rather than calling the Dallas Mavericks at this point. Let's underline those words. At this point. Bobby, I feel Bobby's disappointment from here.
No. I'm just in my head. I'm constantly thinking of teams that need
bigs,
like a big or a big-ish kind of wing. Whatever position PJ plays.
Like the Timberwolves could use PJ Washington
for sure,
but like they have nothing of value to give up, and I'm not sure if they could even match that salary number. Like,
not without giving up DiVincenzo, which apparently they don't want to do. I believe I read about that in Marc Stein's newsletter.
They don't really have any picks.
If they have their druthers, they definitely do not want to trade Dante DiVincenzo. A month or two after he suffered a catastrophic Achilles tear, they don't want that to happen.
Man.
Oh.
Nah, I'm just saying, man, this is slow, man.
What else is percolating?
Come on, Ron.
Yeah.
Wizards haven't done anything, Mark. They're just sitting on their hands.
Yeah,
what's going on?
And also, I was like rage baited like 12 midnight. Russell Westbrook, interest in Washington. Marc Stein. I said, Stein, you know what you were doing. And he buried it, too. It was like
I thought about you immediately when I saw
that. It was like
that.
the 13th graph. It was like the 13th graph in the story.
What do you mean rage baited? If it's true, if there's true interest, how is that rage baited?
The thing is, Mark, that sadly facts do rage bait me at this point. Like even the facts now rage baby at this point. Like,
he's fun to watch.
So, to be fair, he had a great year in Washington when he was there.
Well, how do you feel about
10 years ago?
What my longtime teammate and good friend Mark Spears reported, I don't know, an hour ago, that the Wiz have shut down all trade interest in a certain Anthony Davis. How do you feel about that?
No, the amount of tweets I see from Mavs fans, like, I just thank God we're out of this. Like, Mavs fans are so happy. They don't even have to, like, think of the name Anthony Davis. And it's like, yo, the damage that he did to, like, the psyche of people here, like, it's going to take a while for somebody else to be able to even do something even close to that. But, I mean, the Wizards traded for him. You should probably play him, right? Like, you probably shouldn't trade for someone that's, like, just never see him play a game. His value is probably also, like, higher if he, like, even plays good for, like, to the deadline, if you do want to move him. Or next summer. Yep.
Should I answer Trell G214's coaching staff question?
Yeah, go ahead.
You really want me to do that on free agency day?
Yeah, we got nothing else going on.
I mean, we've got NBA Cup news today, Mark.
No.
Literally everything is happening except for players signing teams.
Yeah,
signing
no
deals.
Cup news.
Yeah, go ahead.
It is hard to please you guys. I'm not gonna lie.
We respect the cup on this show, Mark. You know that I do.
It's not Vegas. It's in Indianapolis now. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah.
I mean,
less cool of a city. I'm not going to lie.
I mean,
maybe cheaper to get to.
Hinkle Fieldhouse is
Probably.
a historic place for college basketball. I honestly thought.
I didn't know that
Is
either. I would say, I swear,
What?
I'm trying to be funny.
Are you serious?
It's
Yeah.
Butler just like
Where
a championship
Butler
arena.
plays?
Hinkle Fieldhouse? That's one of the more historic college basketball arenas in
It's
America.
no Titan gym. It's no Titan gym, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Is that
Um,
Cal State Fullerton's
It's
gym?
no
I honestly
UT Dallas Activity Center. All right.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
to be honest, I thought they would have started at either Cameron Indoor or in Chapel Hill in North Carolina. Now, both of those arenas aren't necessarily outfitted for NBA games, so it'll be interesting how they get, Hinkle Fieldhouse set up for an NBA game.
Are we an hour into this and the only free agent who has really changed teams is Tim Hardaway Jr.? Is that where we are?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Should the NBA just legalize tampering?
Well, it
That's a
basically
serious
has,
question.
'cause it's very rare that it gets punished. So in some ways, it is legalized.
Like it was. I mean, it was a little silly whenever free agency was over in 15 minutes, but
It was awesome.
I prefer
But
that.
at least
to
there was
this.
stuff to talk about.
Moskov, 64 mil.
Yeah, like
Or Joakim Noah.
John Mahimi to the Wizards, 64 mil.
I much
Joakim
prefer
Noah
that
to
to
the
this,
Knicks.
dude. I mean, this is just this is
Same.
brutal.
But I see my good friend Jay Apaji saying free agency is dead, and I mean,
Feels like it.
dead. It's not dead, but we've been talking about this for ages. This is a trades league now. Think about what we've seen since last Monday. Think about it. Giannis, LaMelo, Ja, Kawhi, all traded in the space of 9 days. And that's just, what did my guy Keith Smith tweeted? What are there, 23 or 26 agreed to trades
It's crazy.
since in what constitutes the offseason already? I mean, so like we can't have trades and a zillion free agency moves like
Well, I think the reason, speaking on my own behalf here, I think the reason that those moves outside of the LaMelo one feel so underwhelming is because I've been hearing and reading and talking and looking and thinking and like being bombarded with Giannis trade rumors for the last like 10 years now. And, Kawhi, he's been in the news for scandals and cap circumvention and all sorts of stuff. And who's the other one? Ja. Same thing as Giannis. Is he going to get traded for the last 2 years? So it's like, I'm just happy that those things happen to get him over with. Not because those trades don't excite me. I'm just happy I don't have to hear about it anymore,
The
So
job
wait a
moments,
minute,
so
just-
they're
just
so
as the-
interesting.
as the-
It's so
as-
weird.
just as-
And
just as the
We are reading chat,
basketball-
JK. We are.
just as the basketball lover that you are. I mean, Kawhi getting traded back to Toronto after everything that happened doesn't qualify as league shaking?
The jokes about him fleeing the country are very funny. I'm not going to lie. I don't expect you to respond to that, but it is
good.
very funny.
That's good.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool that he's going back there. I'm glad a good player is going to the East.
yeah.
About time somebody got out of the West.
Ja being traded like Trae Young for no draft compensation. That's not a significant trade. Surprising outcome.
I mean,
I was proud about the team for sure. Like, that would have been like my 28th team I thought he would get traded. Like, that would have been so low on the.
I kind of like the fit for him there. I mean, Ja's best when he's going downhill. Like, he's not a great 3-point shooter. He's never been a great mid-range shooter, but there's guys on that team that can space the floor and can shoot the ball. And if Ja's going to have space,
there?
I mean, Dame's
Well,
there.
this is
That's it in the starting
tangential.
lineup, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Dame and
that's-
Klingon?
Like,
Here,
Kamara's a
this is
3-point.
He won't start.
This is tangentially Mavs related because I don't love the fit, and I don't know that a lot of people do. But Portland now is in a position of strength if you want Scoot Henderson or Shaden Sharp. And I know there are certain people on this show and in this chat that do want to see the Mavs make a trade run at two guys who their new GM, Mike Schmitz, knows very well. So and last night we got word, Jake Fisher and I, that like the Blazers are already telling interested parties, we are not trading Jrue Holiday. Now, how firm is that stance? How long is that going to last? But that is the message that the Blazers are giving right now. But they can give the message. The phone is still going to ring for Jrue Holiday, and it is going to ring for Shaedon Sharpe, and it is going to ring for Scoot Henderson. Now, what are the Blazers going to ask back for those guys? That we've still got to figure out. But the Blazers, it's the Blazers offseason. I mean, we got to keep track of them now between now and camp to see what they do. The Blazers are trying to give off the message that they are fine if this is their team and they go to camp basically the way it is now.
Oof.
But on the outside, forget how we're looking at it as a show. I mean, other teams are certainly looking at it. Are you guys really keeping all of these guards?
Yeah, when by process of elimination, there was, I forget who the reporter was, but they said that the Blazers believe in, they listed names, Ja, Dame, Jrue, and Scoot. Shaedon Sharpe conspicuously missing from that list. He is making $20 million, currently the third highest paid player on the team.
And that's all you needed to hear.
Well, yeah. Well, no, I'm just saying he's
to
wait, PJ Washington's about 18 mil.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
They can use it for.
I mean, yeah, the Blazers
Just
suddenly
saying.
need wings. They have too many guards, and Shaedon Sharpe is the third highest paid guard they have, and depending on your opinion, could be their third or fourth or fifth best guard or most favored guard on the team. So, yeah, I think that Mavs fans should definitely be paying attention to what's going on up there.
I mean, hey,
who
man.
would you rather have? Who do you want? You can only have one.
Between Shade and Scoot?
Yeah, you can only trade for one.
Ooh.
Who is it?
All things being equal, Scoot, but that's not how the world works.
I like Shaedon a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying. I think, you know what? I think I'd Scoot too. Just because I think I kind of know what Shaedon Sharpe is.
And
Little J.R. Smith is Shaedon Sharpe.
Yeah,
man.
is Shaedon like a starter? Is he?
He got a little J.R. Smithy, so maybe he can. Maybe there's another level. Like J.R. Smith was a little like
fun as hell to
reckless
watch
early, and then I watched his interview that I think it was on like the Pivot or something, and he kind of didn't figure out he was like almost 30 years old, just like mentally, he was kind of just doing stuff for a long time. Maybe that's Shaedon Sharpe. Like he has all the tools to do great things in the NBA, but Scoot.
And he's 22.
Yeah.
Shaedon
Sharpe is extremely young too. Like Shaedon Sharpe did the most funny thing.
Eurobi, do you really think? Do you really think the Blazers are just going to trade Scoot for one first into a trade exception? I do not.
How much more could they get?
What's his value? I actually don't. Like, he's a player I can't guess his value.
Going into the final year of his deal.
He has not been good in the NBA really yet. So he's not even a good player.
Had a good back half of the year.
Yeah.
He's still the fairly recent former number 3 pick.
Yeah, and that's what it is. This is the Zachary Reese problem why he's still in Atlanta. Like, we can't trade the number 1 pick. It's like, brother, you can't play basketball. Like, I'm sorry you messed up, but he cannot play basketball well. Like, he's a terrible basketball player. Like, but it's like they can't trade him because he was the number 1 pick. And Scoot might have come to that problem.
Ronaldo coming in hot.
No. I mean, I hope he plays good basketball. He seems like a great guy. Everyone says he's a great guy. He just cannot play basketball.
Front, he's not wrong on the Ricochet front. Like, he can't play.
No, I mean, I hope that he's better. If the Mavs traded for him, you'd be like, okay, he's young, and we'd be like speaking on projection. We would not be speaking on today. Because today he's like not even a 37% 3-point shooter. That's like his only skill.
Okay, now even I'm gonna concede here, man. It's been how long ago was the Hardaway thing?
A while, dude. We've gotten DeAndre Jordan. We've gotten Tim Hardaway.
Thank
God Kawhi happened today.
Usman Jang.
And that's it.
Is Usman Jang the highest paid player for agency right now?
That's right.
Oh my
God! But Usman Jang, that's a deal that could have happened before 6 p.m. Eastern.
But it didn't.
But correct.
God,
so no, he does not have the spotlight. Tim Hardaway Jr. has the spotlight.
Is Tim Hardaway Jr. going to wear his father's number? That I'm pretty sure is retired in Miami. You think he'll wear that jersey? I think that's kind of interesting.
Let me ask you about
what if they just give him literally a jersey?
Like, I'm listening.
Hardaway on
a 30-year-old jersey.
That's what we were talking about earlier. That's got financial issues to consider. What's going on with Denver and the Denver Nuggets? Like, they're trying to figure out the whole Peyton Watson thing. Are they going to potentially move on from Aaron Gordon? Like, that's a team in the West that is above the Mavericks that is dealing with real financial issues. What's going on with them?
By the way, just before I continue, the Hardaway news was 45 minutes ago.
Good
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, thank you all for being here.
The Nuggets are in this situation where they're trying to create financial flexibility, but also make their team stronger. And that is not an easy trick to pull off. So as frustrated as I think the DLS chat team is, I think on the DNVR show, there's probably a louder and more profound sense of angst because of where their team is and because they need to strengthen their supporting cast for Jokic. So, I mean, I don't know the ultimate trade that we're going to see. They're going to do something. Jake and I have been reporting for a while now that Gordon is the nugget who generates the most interest, but Cam Johnson also has interest. So I think they're going to be able to trade Cam Johnson. Murray, I don't think they really want to trade Murray unless it was in a Jaylen Brown trade, but it's kind of hard to pinpoint just how active the Nuggets really are in pursuit of Jaylen Brown, and also what the Celtics are willing to do in terms of what's the kind of packet. Like, all the talk has been that the Celtics have a really high price threshold to trade for Jaylen Brown. Does that change? Do the Celtics try to salvage the Jaylen Brown situation? Is it even salvageable at this point? What could salvage it? Like, if Jaylen Brown sat down with Brad Stevens and Jason Tatum and management, ownership, Missoula, like, is that fixable? And I'm not going to pretend like I have that answer because I do not. So, yeah, I think the Nuggets are high on the list of what are they going to do teams.
You think OKC's like done making trades? Like the Lou Dort thing, I think surprised. That's one of the most surprising things to me.
Not necessarily. No, I mean, look, they can go into the second apron for a season if they have to. And obviously there's going to be considerable interest in Dort, but
are they showing a willingness to do that?
No, I think there's mixed signals on what OKC would do. I mean, there is a world in which they keep Dort for the short term, and like I said, do they spend a year in the second apron and then extricate themselves from it?
I guess if you squeeze another title out of the group, then it'd be worth it.
Too many guys, dude. They have too many players.
Like, if you're like Jerry McKay, you can bet on the
all
court.
6'4". Their whole team is
Bobby,
6'4".
You're
What's
just
Thomas
saying that.
Swarber supposed to do?
You're just saying that, Bobby, because you want them to make Wallace available.
Well, I mean,
there you got it.
Two things can be true, Marc
You
Stein.
can put words in my mouth, Mark. You're absolutely right, but you can put words in my mouth.
But like legit, like these players can't play.
I mean, they're gonna give Bennett Sturts a 2-way contract.
like he can't get on the court.
But they traded away Aaron Wiggins and they traded away Isaiah Joe. So now
there's a spot for Sturts there.
They still have Shea and McCain and Sturts and Topich and Dort and Wallace and Caruso. That's 7 guards, and all of them would be playing minutes for the Mavs.
Jesus Christ!
Most of them would be starting.
Listen, they have a full 15-man roster. That's true, but you think Presti hasn't done this match? You think it's just now?
Yeah.
Hey,
hopefully he's included Masai in on it.
I'm just upset. If I'm like the player, I'm upset.
You know what I would do? I would pull out a calculator. I'd type 5318008, and I would just slide it across the table to Sam Presti upside down. Give him a laugh, and then I'd say, "All right, what does it take to get this deal done?"
Give him a laugh. It's hilarious. Wow. But like if you're AJ Mitchell, you're like, brother, shouldn't I be like starting on like a team right now? Like why?
Cason Wallace going in the last year of his contract.
He's already a champion. He's making a great deal. Like, he's cool right now. Clearly,
Kevin, I'm be honest with you. That championship stuff is real good from here. I want that Skrilla.
Guys want money.
I want that chicken.
Guys want to get paid.
That's cool and all. Jaylen Brown, the Finals VP.
Guys want to get paid.
I'm not saying he doesn't want to get paid. I'm just saying, like, you make it sound like he's in a horrible situation right now.
Jaylen Brown thinks he's in a horrible situation right now. Like, Jaylen Brown wants shots. He's a Finals MVP. They don't care.
Jaylen Brown's
situation.
They don't
care, bro. Like, they want shots in minutes. Like, I know it's like, we were like,
you see how much Jaylen Brown's posting? You mean to tell me you think he's having a good time?
Jaylen Brown
looks
is
like $60 million.
He's been tweeting more than you, KG, for the last 2 weeks. Like, that guy's going through it.
Well, I don't know if he's got KG, but he's close. He's close.
Jaylen Brown in the boss situation is unique. Like, that's
I think a lot of players like respect Jaylen Brown. I think players like, damn, I wish I could just have the balls do this.
Look, he wants to be an number one option on a team somewhere. That's all Jaylen Brown wants. That either.
Like, I don't think it's like the worst mentality.
Yeah, which is fine, but
even though he's kind of like like most shots half the time. Like
the Brown Tatum duo has been.
I can't eat that ring. I mean, yeah, you can't. I mean, yeah, I like
that's
some
what the $9 million is paid
and the
for.
big bag.
Yeah, that's what the $9 million. All right, we've reached the point where there's clearly nothing going on because we're just arguing now. Classic Sand Lover with the $1.99 super chat. Gaff for Luka straight. All right, man. Like Gaff for Luka straight up. How bad do you want to be?
You said you want a center.
How bad? How bad do you want you? Yeah, that might be some coercion happening now. I don't think that'd be fair.
As we're an hour and 20 minutes into free agency, what from your best read as we look forward to the next few days as we turn the calendar from June to July?
We're still gonna get moves tonight. I do think some of this is strategic. That teams just want to be careful.
If the Mavs make a move after we get done with this and have us do an emergency.
Happened last year.
Last year with D'Lo.
That's right.
I had to stay at work late last year for D'Angelo Russell.
So time out.
All of you people were mad at me.
Time out. So if the Marcus Sasser trade happens tonight at just any time you want to pick, you guys are doing an emergency pod?
Of course. Yes. I don't know why you don't understand. Like, we did an emergency pod on Stadium Talk.
This is
like, we're doing an emergency pod if Sasser gets traded.
If it's
because
before
on a
like
day like
midnight.
today, on a day like today, when you've done, I mean, this show will have gone 2 hours by the time it's over.
Yeah, we never stopped.
Yeah, they should have done the deal in the 2 hours that we was on the program.
I'm gonna go home after this. I'm gonna eat as many pieces of pizza that I have left over from yesterday's pizza party as I possibly can.
Some good pizza too.
And I might recaffeinate, and I'm gonna sit on my computer and just I'm gonna hit Control R.
We're gonna wait for your notebook to drop at 12:30 in the morning, like it did last night.
No. I mean, now we're in Twitter zone. So maybe there will be a story, but maybe there won't be. I mean, things are happening.
Now we're in Twitter zone.
The Twitter zone. I actually like that as a
segment
name.
Mavs text.
The Twitter zone.
Read the Mavs text that you got right now that pique our interest. Read some Mavs text. You got one?
Read us some Mavs text.
That's right.
Let me look. You guys talk. Let me look. What can? Let me look at something that I can say.
That's right.
Anything interesting happening?
Lucas with the $4.99 super chat.
Lucas.
I'll go out on a limb and say
Luca what? Lucas. My bad.
I'll go out on a limb and say free agency might be a bit more lively in 2028. Until then, thanks for the entertainment tonight, guys.
Hope you enjoyed it, man. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate
you. David, it's time if you break news of small trades. DLS talks about small trades. It's the same thing.
I mean, touche. I mean, yeah.
Well, there's no such thing as a small trade.
I'm just saying because you guys have been on the air for
already
2 hours.
The bosses don't care about that, Mark.
Are you going to turn around and do a pod about, haven't we discussed Marcus Sasser?
The trade's not official, so we got to talk about it when it becomes official.
No. Should we do like a pre-take now and just get it happens later?
Our views.
We already have it. We already have it done.
Well, we already have a social clip. We don't have a hook short, but we can just do that during the E-pod.
Yeah.
Brother, let me tell you something. You hate Laker talk. I'm going to say for 5 seconds. That's all I'm going to say on it. The Lakers are in the gutter, bro. Like the names being linked to them, they are in the absolute gutter.
In some ways,
it's hilarious.
It does make me pretty happy, though.
They are in the gutter, bro.
The West, I would say, is worse today than it was yesterday.
That's a good thing.
That is a
very good thing. Denver is worse. Tim?
The Clippers are worse.
Somewhat.
David Collins says Bobby describes Sasser as the next Kyrie. That's what I just said.
All right, I'll try and cook something up for you.
Yeah, we might be thanking for a bet on that one. I guess the Spurs are the same. OKC's
now you got me. Now Bobby's got me wanting pizza. I think I might have to order a pizza now.
Stein, you should be at the studio right now, man. We have so many.
We got
so much pizza here. Oh, we got some.
We got some
and pizza.
So your boy Jake Fisher, real quick, he reported that Jalen Duren reportedly wants to play for the Celtics. Is there a deal to be made there?
I just don't think Detroit wants to entertain the idea of trading Duren. Is there a trade? I suppose anything is possible, but just Detroit has consistently said all week that all of us media pests can talk about sign and trade scenarios, and they're not listening and they're not having it. So something would have to materially change.
Okay. Yeah, I think if you're a Mavs fan, the best thing you can probably hope for at this point is like, okay, if the big trade happens, like, can we just be the third team and just take
Good question, David Collins.
something back?
Thin,
What's the question?
crispy crust.
Oh,
Good question.
So, do you like Dallas style pizza then, or what is the
wait,
or
this
like
is Dallas style?
It's like the one that we had.
Oh,
the
okay.
Thin and
Honestly, what has become my go-to pizza is DL Max very thin Chicago crust. Very crispy, almost cracker-like crust.
you get Roni on there.
I know what you
Roni,
mean now,
what do you get? You
Yes,
get
good. Evan said it. Tavern style. Excellent description.
Tavern style.
I've
Okay,
never heard of
okay.
tavern style.
That's
pizza.
like Cane Rosso's tavern style, I think, right?
The pizza we had yesterday, what was
Thin,
that tavern style?
Thin and crispy.
I wouldn't say, was that crispy? I wouldn't say it's crispy pizza we had yesterday. Well, I guess the crust
so
was.
like real thin, so like even thinner, so like not what we had.
Oh, wow.
Like very.
I cannot
crispy.
believe
You can
this.
eat the whole thing like a day.
I cannot
almost.
believe this is
Yeah.
how. I cannot believe this is what we're talking about on free.
I mean, we're
agency
finna end this in 4 minutes, so
The people respect us.
Empty out what you got in the last 4 minutes before we end this.
I thought it would be more. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, don't apologize. We gave
You know
them
what,
2
though?
hours of high quality entertainment.
but can I just
600
say
people.
this? Can I just say this? Last night, employing the strategy that I did, that got you guys all mad at me. But then this morning, I was, doing, being reserved and responsible and not recklessly. What is Bobby? I'm not going to say Bobby. You say it. I'm not saying it.
LOL, that comment.
Being very measured and waiting until I had something that I was sure about this morning led to news of a very likely Mavs trade. So maybe by doing it again, who knows what it will lead to?
Do you think, Mark?
Just met with nothing but silence.
No, I'm trying to think. Like
He didn't ever read the text. You're right.
It does seem like over the last few days, it feels like a lot of Mavs fans are like, whether it's just the Mavs are playing everything real close to the vest, or like, they're like the G in lasagna.
It's not that because look at how many teams and free agents Jake and I have written about for the last how many ever days. Last night we printed 2,000 words. I mean, believe me, agents, if the Mavs are talking to agents, those agents want it somewhere that, like, and again, I'm also not going to say just because it's quiet. What time is it?
It's almost
6:27.
6:27. So we're an hour 30 in. Who knows what could happen tonight? Austin, they have nothing.
Well, I have seen some LeBron edits in NFL jerseys. Teams are now posting.
Oh wow!
Hey, I heard you're in the market.
My next chapter, LeBron. DLLS
Cowboys tight
Sports,
end?
we're hiring, bud.
Oh my God, that would save.
We are not hiring. All right.
Well, for LeBron,
For LeBron, we could carve out a little.
some things might have to
We got
happen.
the mid-level for LeBron.
We
All right,
trade
can
Ron for LeBron.
Yeah, we can
Ron
do
for
that.
Bron.
We
Yeah,
can do
you
that.
put me on.
I also think though
on
it
Lake
just
Joe.
Ron for
kind of like
Bron.
underscores what we were talking about earlier, Mark. This is before you came on, where it's like I think what the Mavs are going to do is look to be the third team in trades, look to use their trade exception in the mid-level as a dumping ground to receive a pick, and that kind of stuff never happens first.
But what's wrong with that?
No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying if that is what they're going to do, that stuff never happens first. That always happens last.
Yep.
Right.
Not that it happens like 3 weeks from now, but it's like, oh,
Friday.
Walker Kessler agrees to go play for the Magic for some reason. Now the Magic need to offload $18 million. Oh, conveniently, the Mavs have this exception. Or like, oh, LeBron is going to go to the Cavs. Well, it looks like they got to get rid of Dennis Schröder. and then all of a sudden that's whenever the Mavs. So I feel like the Mavs are going to be downstream of all the big stuff, or not even involved in any of that at all. So I'm not surprised it's quiet for the Mavs. My disappointment over the last hour is that it's quiet for everybody.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like in some ways, and we'll see what other moves or what moves are made by the Mavericks as we get deeper into, this free agency period and what trades could potentially arise. But it's starting to feel like just early 26-27 Mavs season take, that it feels like this team is going to be in an evaluation season. Yes, they want to compete because there's no reason not to necessarily compete, given the pick that you're sending to Charlotte. But it feels like in some way this will be an evaluation year where Dusty May gets in, Masai Ujiri in his front office gets in. Let's see what we have in this group. Let's see what Kyrie has. Can he get himself, healthy enough to be able to be the kind of contributing player that he's capable of being? What's this team as currently constituted around Cooper Flagg, with maybe a tweak here or two there in terms of who they move, and then going into the 27-28 season, really have an idea of, okay, well, what we want to move going forward. I don't know. That's just an early feel that I get based off of if they're just going to be doing this on the margins, based off of what they got.
I see Yo Beach is saying, Stein, where the hell is our coaching staff update? So the most I can relay at this point, Willie Green, former Pelicans coach, the Warriors want him to go back to Golden State staff and go on Steve Kerr's bench. I've been told he also has a relationship with Dusty May, and Dusty May would love to have Willie Green here. It's natural to me that a former NBA head coach would be someone that Dusty May would have interest in on his staff, since obviously he's making the leap from the college game to the NBA. The way it was described to me was Willie Green has some big decisions to make about his future, so I've taken that to mean that he's got to decide between, does he want to go back to Golden State or does he want to join the Mavs coaching staff? I also reported Adrian Griffin. He has been mentioned as a potential candidate for Dusty May, and Noah LaRoche, who was in the Mavs interview process as they were interviewing a bunch of candidates. I mean, it's pretty clear now that May or Shire or May, whatever order you want to say their names, that was always the emphasis, and that was going to take multiple runs by the Mavericks at those guys, because both of them, they weren't just an automatic instant yes to come to the NBA. I think the Mavs had to work at it in both cases, and they interviewed 6, 7, 8. I lost track of how many other names I reported that they talked to in terms of assistants currently around the league. But Noah LaRoche was part of that process, so his name has also been mentioned. I'm sure there are going to be names from Dusty May's college coaching career that I'm not even aware of, because I frankly, I'm just putting up my hand and saying I have no idea the coaches that he's super close with from the college game, or is he bringing anyone from Michigan with him? I have to think there are going to be multiple coaches coming with him at some level, and I'm sure there will be other names that emerge that haven't yet. But I think it was our pal Mike Curtis just trying to get the name of the summer league coach, and even that question was basically not answered. So,
Mark, we have a chatter asking us for updates on the Mavs meetings with Hassan Whiteside and Mike Conley. What more can you tell us about their pursuits?
Oh,
great callback.
I'll have to check back with you on that one.
Not to, spill too many secrets or whatever, but I helped out with some of the stuff in those pitches back in the day. And I also heard about another person the Mavs were meeting with, and the person was like, "Oh yeah, I thought that was like a done deal." And it obviously did not come to fruition. So there was a lot of
names. Name. Read some text. Who was it?
you first.
Yes,
Mark,
yeah.
You know us journalists like you and me, Mark. We can't reveal our sources.
Oh wow! By the way,
I'm not asking you to reveal the sources. We're asking you to reveal the scoop.
Nick Batum.
Oh wow,
Nicolas Batum. That's not
dang.
Oh wow,
That'd been fun.
You just made that up.
No, I swear that was the name. It was the summer of 2016.
Oh wow.
He got paid.
Whiteside, Batum, and Conley. They all got max deals.
I would say Batum got like 5 years. He got the most of all those
Batum
deals.
did it right, man.
He had a 5-year max.
Every single guy got a full max year deal, and they all used the Mavs as leverage.
Yep.
You were entrusted with making the hype videos?
I did not help make the hype videos, no, but I helped with other things.
By the way, shout out to Cooper Flagg, who was at a Dallas stadium today, taking in the Ivory Coast versus
like me, clearly an Erling Haaland fan.
Well, his video with Jameis Winston was quite hilarious.
Do you know how hard it was? Do you know how hard it was to know that Erling Haaland was playing a World Cup game, essentially in the city where I reside, and I couldn't even think of going to it, and I was invited by two separate invites. Could not leave the house, and then Erling Haaland, even though it was a touch accidental, if you actually saw it,
you couldn't put the phone down for 2 hours.
Nope.
What?
The answer is no.
I just wanted to see his reaction. I knew he was gonna say no. Like that's the World Cup. The last time it's gonna be in the U.S. for quite some time. So
I know.
I wish you would put the phone.
Hey, knock on wood. I've been to 2 games. I am very spoiled. I have nothing to complain about. I got to see 2 games, so I'm ahead of the game.
That's good. Wait, so Stein, like when you're like, okay, I'm tired, I might go to sleep. Do you have sleep mode? Like, do you go sleep mode on your phone, or is just like the noises are just on?
I keep the phones. The noises remain. So if someone texts me at 3,
brother, what the hell? Okay.
What if that's the text with Mavs news, and if I missed it, you guys would be so mad and disappointed with me.
So Brandon Carlson is leaving the Oklahoma City Thunder to sign a 1-year, $2.5 million deal with the Portland Trail Blazers.
When was he on the Oklahoma City Thunder?
That's not going to change our night.
That got a what the hell from you?
Yeah, like what?
I'm blocking people soon.
People
getting blocked soon.
Like,
I was like, there's no way that you.
Yeah, no.
Who is that? Like, is that guy walking right now?
I thought that was like a consequential.
No.
If he walked in the studio right now, you think like, oh,
if Brandon Carlson
he's really tall, he probably
punched me in
plays
the face
basketball.
and told me he was Brandon Carlson, I'm like, who are you?
I'm like, good guy's the biggest man we've got to pick up the trash yet. That's what I think if he walked in here.
I wouldn't mind.
Man, because if a random person walked in his office right now,
I would be worried.
I think it's one thing that they're doing, and it's coming to literally get the trash man.
Yeah,
that's
only my random person walking
saving
here.
more money right there.
Oh, thank God. Wait, do the Thunder now need a big? They lost Brandon Carlson.
Oh, my God.
Give us a call.
I was surprised that they got Hartenstein back in the money that they got him back for and was able to,
I'm surprised he went back. I had heard very differently about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Huge,
I guess he does love it there.
Huge surprise that the Thunder got a player back on a favorable contract. Huge surprise.
Have they signed a bad deal yet?
No, they have not.
Eventually, it will happen where like someone just tanks the team. It's going to be the worst of all time.
Sam Presti
The
still
Harden
run
deal
the
was
team?
pretty bad.
What deal?
The Harden deal.
Blake Maverick says this.
Oh, yeah. Back then, yeah.
I mean, Billy with the $2 super chat. This is for you, Bobby. Go ahead.
Sources tell me Yogi Ferrell is back for the Mavs. I sure hope so. That's another one that I got wrong. Another pre-free agency rumor that I heard straight from the source.
Wow, Yogi's only 33.
That was one of his final days as a Mav, was hanging out with me. He was at a basketball camp. We also went to Texas Motor Speedway together.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you talked about that.
You rode in a car, and I was out there one time as we recently passed the 9-year anniversary of that day. That was a really fun time for me.
He's in Montenegro playing basketball.
Oh, wow. This is, geez, man. Tony Jones of The Athletic is reporting that Walker Kessler of the Utah Jazz had meetings with a couple of teams and is headed to another meeting.
Dang, he's on the move.
He holds multiple offers in the mid to high 30s annually, along with structure of his choice, including player options.
In U.S. dollars or in like Canadian?
Euros,
that would be U.S. dollars.
Okay.
If somebody,
might be good.
Don't you guys realize my man Yossi Goslin with a fantastic salary cap breakdown that the Lakers could do deals with Mamukelashvili and Quentin Grimes in the 10+ million range. I don't know exactly how the breakdown would be, but after deals with those guys, the Lakers could still have 40 million-ish to throw at Walker Kessler in an offer sheet.
It would be a massive overpay but they might have to do it because they're desperate. But they might have to do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, your boy. Yeah, huh?
$35 million.
$35 million for
sure?
Walker Kessler. That's a lot of money, bro.
Dude.
For a guy that hadn't been able to stay healthy over the last.
Has he ever played a playoff game?
Huh?
Yeah, the Jazz have never made the playoffs. He's been there, right?
I don't know. I don't think so. Probably not.
Probably not, right?
You put him next to Luka. You put him next to Luka, and you don't think you're going to see a better Walker Kessler than we've seen before?
I'm not saying you're not
better,
going
but
to.
is he worth $35 million?
Like that's
a lot of bread.
You better be sure.
That's Jeremy Grant money.
I just don't like. We don't know like how good is he like in the playoffs? Like that type of center can be either really bad or
like who the hell's supposed to be? With all due respect, who's supposed to be scared of Quentin Grimes? Like, come on, man.
I mean,
your buddy Jake Fisher
I would
reported
just pay Marcus Smart if they're gonna pay Quentin Grimes.
I mean,
Well,
reportedly, according to Fisher, like he's looking for $10 million a year.
Just pay Marcus Smart then, man.
That's my thing.
I rather just pay Marcus Smart $10 million.
Them letting Marcus Smart walk is. I mean, that's gonna be a good sign for Houston if that does wind up happening. Because
come home,
Kobe Sanders, 4 years, $11 million to the Clippers.
4 years.
You'd rather have Marcus Smart than Quentin Grimes?
Yes,
I would.
would.
Even for the Mavs, I would. Literally, I'm not even being funny.
If the dollars were the same, but the dollars wouldn't be the same.
The dollars wouldn't be the same.
I mean, maybe they would.
They said Smart might be cheaper than that.
Have you guys already forgotten the immediate aftermath of the famed Quentin Grimes trade when he decided to become an all-star scorer?
Yeah, and Philly won.
They were wrong.
Philly won one game during that stretch.
Yeah, exactly.
It was against the Mavs.
As someone that's watched Bradley Beal for a time, we're done with that.
He would be a good role player off the bench. Marcus Smart was their best point of attack defender a year ago.
He was their only defender.
The only defender. Yeah,
he played good in the playoffs for them.
Like if he goes, I was saying,
he goes real playoff man.
Smart has a lot more left than I thought he going into that season because he was all banged up and it looked like he was slowing down quite a bit. But
he had a good year
really
for Los Angeles. Yeah. If Houston signs him, they're going to get back what they lost in Dylan Brooks, which is some dog in him on the defensive end. Because once Dylan Brooks left, they kind of lost some of their.
Should probably be going for but
defensive. I mean, I agree too.
Who am I?
Yeah.
I don't know that you can say that you can't call Walker Kessler injury prone. 74 games, 64 games, 58 games, 5 games. That's a lot of missed
58
games.
58 and 5. Well,
that's what I'm saying.
58 and 5. That's Dereck Lively's last 2 seasons, and we
paid him $35 million.
And we had a whole
he's
deal
a heavy
about
boy.
that.
That's a heavy boy.
I mean,
it's a lot of
weight on those
knees.
To Stein's point, the idea would be you play with Luka Doncic. I mean, you're gonna have a fantastic.
I mean, he's not really like a lob guy though, is he?
I want to make this,
lob guy?
Clear. I want to make this clear as a Dwight Powell fan. I say this with the ultimate respect, but I do point you back to the 2021-22 playoffs when a very young Luka Doncic led the Mavericks alongside Jalen Brunson to the Western Conference Finals, and Dwight Powell started every single game at center in that playoff run. So Walker Kessler, I mean, he would be the best center Luka has ever played with. Yes or no?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Rookie Lively was really damn good.
I just don't know how good Kessler is in the playoffs.
KP was also good for a stretch.
Well,
there.
I guess Porzingis is the most talented, right? Yeah.
What was he was part of the whole Gobert trade. So
yeah, technically, yeah.
Yeah, he got a lot to live up to. But
I just is he a good? I just don't know if he'll play good in the playoffs. Like that type of center is like.
I mean, you won't know till he gets there.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why that's a lot of money for like a player that like I'm like 50-50 on. Like, can he play in clutch time?
I would take my chances with like 77.
Man, I don't know. Versus if the Jazz do that, he might not have. If you find out he can't play in clutch time, they can just go small. Yeah, and like do that type of thing.
The center market is very tight. Is very tight this free agency.
I mean, you guys saw what Robert Williams got today. That just shows you, Mitchell Robinson is going to get a richer deal than that.
Which
Rob Williams got a lot of money today.
I guess if you're a team that needs a center,
that's a lot of money for Rob.
Yeah, and I like Rob.
Yeah, and talking about an injury-prone center for the last.
His
good
knee
gracious,
is
man,
bad.
cooked. But yeah, Porzingis got $40 million, to stay in Golden State. Like the center market is quite tight, this free agency period. So we'll see. All right, it is time for us to go. We've been live for almost 2 hours.
So just to clarify, if something
I knew it, Tanner. I knew it.
2 hour limit. I'm putting the limit at 2 hours.
If something happens tonight
that
necessitates an emergency pod, will I be invited?
Yes, we will do it.
Well,
We'll be live literally. If they add a single play, they could sign Brandon Carlson. We would go live.
Brother, we did an emergency pod when DSJ was re-signed to this team.
And that's
you don't think we're going to do an emergency pod when somebody gets traded
out of the team, by the way.
Right,
but not on the same
we do have less
day
than
of a
30
2-hour
seconds,
show.
though.
It's not often that we do 2-hour shows.
Mark, I have actually one last follow-up. So, Aero8719 mentions Kuminga. I don't believe we have talked about him at all.
A little bit yesterday.
What is so? He was like a $23 million team option. They didn't pick it up, so he's now just a unrestricted free agent.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see many like 22, 23-year-old guys with his athletic profile hit unrestricted free agency ever, let alone especially now with the current rules the way they are. From what you know, there's obviously not a lot of teams with cap space. Is that like a mid-level guy? Like, what's the situation with Kuminga?
It is a good question. Jake has been kind of following that one closer than me. He did in our piece last night list several names. The Mavericks of Dallas were not among them, but it's actually a great point, and I will endeavor to try to find out if there is any interest from North Texas.
Yeah, almost not even in a Mavs context. So like with him and Mathurin, I think that they're young and I think they're both still pretty raw. And
yeah, I agree.
Kuminga especially needs to change the way he plays. I think, but
there should be someone who takes a flyer. Even, I mean, the Hawks tried really hard to move him and just could not find a workable trade, and they had the deadline where they had to let him go. So yeah, I mean, it's a good point, and I will investigate.
Also, check in on LeBron for me for the Mavs. Thank you.
Oh man!
All right, Stein. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Mark.
See ya.
Any super chats before we go? Did we have? No, we're all good. Okay,
I think we're good. Yeah.
All right, we've been live for 2 hours. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us here on the DLLS Mavs Free Agency Frenzy. Same. If any news breaks tonight before midnight, what?
Oh wow,
brother! Don't make me block you. Don't make me block you.
Hey, first off, not that there's anything wrong with that.
I'm just saying. You've seen my wife on television.
Yeah, you did do wife reveal last night.
Yeah, like you saw my whole wife on television.
Well, no, wife reveal came.
Actually been on this
wife
set
reveal
upstairs.
came during a watch along.
Yeah, exactly.
When was that watch along? It was like right at the end. It was Mavs Grizzlies. What was that? Middleton night.
It was.
All right, you got to get Miss Gray back in the studio.
We
got a bone to pick with her.
Oh wow. Tanner, thank you for making us look good and sound good as always. Not cussing us out to get off the air. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for that. That is our DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Krell. That is our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. My name is Kevin Gray. We are live tomorrow at 12 p.m. Back to our regular daytime show, boys and girls. 12 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports. Y'all be good. We'll talk to you then.
12 p.m. everyone.
We all silly like the mayor.